This spring training game is presented by Bank of America, the official bank of baseball, and proud sponsor of baseball's opening week on FSN. They are the biggest draw in the Cactus League, have been for years, and nothing has changed. The Mariners are in Cub territory tonight as they take on the Chicago Cubs in night baseball here at Hohokam Park in Mesa, Arizona. Richie Sexton is all set to play, so now the rest of the Seattle Mariners, this is the first of 3 games with the Chicago Cubs before we play for real 1 week from today at Safeco. Very pleasant good evening to you, everybody. Dave Niehaus along with Ron Fairley. And for a guy from Oklahoma, this is a big outing for Ryan Franklin because Ryan Franklin is being pressured by Aaron Seeley for that number 5 start. Franklin goes tonight, and the pressure is turned up.
We don't know what the Mariners have decided, or if they haven't even decided who's going to be that 4th guy in the rotation. But certainly Ryan Franklin tonight can either muddy the waters or he can clear things up quite a bit with a good performance.
There's a little guy out there at shortstop tonight, too, who is playing. His name is Ramon Santiago, and Pokey Reese, if you've been following the Mariners, came up with a sore shoulder yesterday, and Pokey Reese is certainly not questionable yet for the home opener, but he does have a sore arm, and this little guy has done everything asked of him this spring. He might make this ball club.
Well, you never know. He's been swinging the bat very, very well. Had a couple of hits the other day, drove in some runs. In fact, he has 7 runs driven in during the spring. He's done quite well. Who knows what's going to happen? A sore shoulder just might open the door for Santiago.
Shorecrest High School is the alma mater of Glendon Rush, and Glendon Rush will get the start for the Chicago Cubs tonight, the Mariners and the Cubs. And we'll be back with tonight's lineups right after this timeout.
Hey. Whew. Yeah. You look relaxed for somebody in your condition.
It's because I have Aflac.
What do you mean?
Well, when I'm hurt and miss work,
Aflac gives me cash to help pay bills. My health insurance doesn't. You mean like car payments?
Mm-hmm.
Electric bills?
Mm-hmm.
Or the rent?
Yep. Even food. Chinese is here.
Great. I love duck.
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Hey, I'm late for this award show. Can I get a ride?
Come on, hop in.
I'll tell you, Carson, the excitement here is tremendous.
Look at that. I didn't know P. Diddy drove a Diet Pepsi truck.
Don't scratch it.
All right, this is how I roll.
Hey, yo, P! Check out my new ride.
Don't miss FSN Live tonight at 10. We'll have post-game coverage of the Mariners against the Cubs. A couple of new Seahawks meet the media in Kirkland. Plus, we'll break down the Blazers night against the Wizards. All that coming up at 10.
Now, Randy, everybody loves a close play at the plate, but it's just not complete without the tag.
Well, that's right, Dan. So here's your chance to get your very own tag at the plate.
We sent our man on the street, Miguel Olivo, to see what folks think about the tag.
Let's watch.
Back to you. That's the tag, folks. A very popular item.
And it makes a great gift.
Mariners baseball. What a show.
You're watching FSN Northwest.
It's the best damn heavyweight comeback on FSN. Former champ Riddick Bowe is back with a vengeance and on a quest to reclaim the heavyweight crown in a special presentation of the best damn sports show period. Plus, Olympic gold medalist Andre Ward looks to remain undefeated on his road to the title. It's a boxing legend and a rising star, and they're only on FSN. Bowe versus Zumbrin, April 7th on FSN.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm sure she didn't mean it. Yeah, that's tough. Jerry, look, I have to run. There's this oil field on fire. Huge flames. Yeah, we have to get out there. Jerry, I gotta go.
Experience adventure so real, you'll feel like you're there. From storm shooters to smoke jumpers. Work never looked so wild. Dangerous Jobs. Wednesdays on the National Geographic Channel.
And welcome back to Mesa, Arizona, where we are a little early in getting underway. The count has gone to 2 strikes on Randy Wynn. 1 a call strike, 1 a swing and a miss, and the 0-2 pitch is down low from left-hander Glendon Rush. Rush, who won 6 games as a spot starter for the Chicago Cubs last year, and probably will be the same thing for Chicago this year, although right now he is vying to become the number 5 starter. The Cubs, if they can get their big 3 pitching and stay healthy, will certainly be a factor in the National League Central. That's rifled into the gap, and that baby's going to go all the way to the fence. So Wynn heading for 3, and Randy Wynn will have a leadoff stand-up triple. Perfectly placed between Corey Patterson and Jeremy Burnitz in right center field.
Well, yesterday the Mariner bats kind of heated up. They scored 15 runs, and tonight Randy Wynn wasting little time getting in scoring position. A shot out there in the gap between Burnitz and Patterson, and Randy Wynn on a 2-2 pitch now is already over at third base.
So the Mariners have been a little triple happy this spring. Ichiro already has 3 of them. Ichiro out of the lineup tonight, being given the night off, and Jeremy Reed now with a chance to pick up a run early.
Reed having a good spring. We've been talking about him all along. He's driven in 15 runs already.
Randy Wynn's second triple of the spring. As we mentioned, these 2 clubs will be seeing quite a bit of each other. They have dates on Friday night and Saturday afternoon at Cashman Field in Las Vegas. And that's a line shot base hit to center field. So Jeremy Reed picking up his 16th RBI. And just like that, the Mariners with a 1-0 lead.
All right, let's take a look at the Southwest Airlines starting lineup for the Seattle Mariners. It'll be Wynn, Reed, Beltre, Sexton, Boone, Ibanez, Olivo, Santiago at shortstop. Ryan Franklin out there on the mound. And out there on the mound for the Chicago Cubs is left-hander Glendon Rush. He's 30 years of age. There are the season numbers for Rush last year. 6-2, as Dave pointed out, as a spot starter for the Cubs.
Change that time to Beltre. Pryor, Wood, and Zambrano. The big 3 for the Chicago Cubs. Zambrano will get the opening day start, as Mark Pryor has an inflamed elbow, and he'll probably miss the first couple of weeks for the Cubs. On the corner for knees, 1-2 on Adrian. Outside, the man calling balls and strikes is Ron Kulpa. Spring training for them too, and it's about to end. Opening day a week from today at Safeco. 2:05 start against the Minnesota Twins. There he is. All 6 feet 8 inches of him on deck. Richie Sexton. That ball is hammered to deep center field. Corey Patterson looks up, and this is off the hitting backdrop. Kicks off over into right center field around third. Here comes Reed. He will score on a mammoth double off the batter's eye. Dead center field by Adrian Beltre. And all 3 balls hit hard here by the Mariners off Glendon Rush.
And Dave, as high up on the wall as this ball lands, in a normal ballpark, that ball probably would have carried somewhere right around 430, 440 feet. But it caught the top of the backdrop and carried off to one side. Reed's going to score easily on that. Beltre glides into second base, and the Mariners are off and running.
And here is Richie Sexton. And Sexton taking a strike. Wouldn't it be something if Sexton homered? The Mariners would have a cycle in their first 4 batters of the night. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
I'm not too sure I have either. talking with Sexton. I said, "Are you a good spring hitter?" And he says, "The general rule, no, he's not. But he's having a pretty good spring, average-wise."
Yeah, well, we're not going to see it here either. That's pretty good fastball right on the inside corner. But the cycle is still alive, but just not
in order.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's right. And of course, by now, I think most fans know that Mooney is not a very good spring hitter. .229 batting average, 7 home runs. 7 runs driven in. He's yet to hit a home run.
Curveball a little high that time. Ball into strike. Rush started out his career in the Kansas City organization and then went to the Mets with Milwaukee a couple of years ago, Iowa and the Cubs last year after being released by Milwaukee. Two and two. The Cubs setting spring training attendance records year after year. They did last year, and they probably will again this year. Boone, a high chopper back to the mound, and Rush's only play to first base. Adrian Beltre easily scoots on down to third with 2 down for Raul Ibanez, who leads the American League in RBIs in the springtime with 22. Troy Gloss of the Arizona Diamondbacks leads the major leagues in RBIs with 24.
Dave, you're talking about the Cubs and their attendance. They need only 33,935 fans to break the record from last year. And they have 3 more gates, including tonight. They have 3 more gates, and they're going to have to average just over 11,000.
I don't think you could shoehorn another soul in here.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's see. I don't know that you really can. It's a sellout crowd just about every time these guys go out there in the field.
Ibanez with 4 more RBIs in the 15-9 win over the White Sox yesterday. Kind of dropped down on Raul that time a little bit. Pull toward the hole and under the glove of Derek Lee. Another RBI for Raul Ibanez. It is 3-0 Mariners here in the first. And Ibanez batting average about 400 now.
Look at one more time. Raul been hot all spring long. Now has driven in 23 runs for the Mariners this spring. Having a great spring training, 3-0. And this inning's not over with yet.
Miguel Olivo, speaking of the cycle, the other day just fell a home run shy of the cycle. Strike on the outside corner. It was on Saturday against Kansas City in Surprise. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. So here in the first, the Mariners settle for 3 on 4 hits, and they leave 1. And as we go to the bottom of the first, the Mariners 3, the Cubs coming up.
The Chevy NCAA March Madness event. Score big on specially marked deals. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a 2005 Silverado half-ton. That's 0% APR for 60 months on an 05 Silverado half-ton. Big deals for the big dance. Hurry, ends March 31st. Visit us online or see your Northwest Chevy dealer today.
You know, if you're looking for the best deal on your golf equipment, you can't go wrong with Pro Golf Discount because we have the largest selection of the best name brands at the guaranteed lowest prices in town.
The Nike Pro Combo Iron Set was one of the first sets to come out with game improvement long irons and professional looking short irons. And right now at Pro Golf, we've got a complete set in steel or graphite shafts on sale for just $399.
The best brands at the best prices at Pro Golf Discount.
MLB 2006. Nothing is more true to the game. Rated D for everyone.
On this lovely night in Mesa, Arizona, Seattle Mariners baseball on FSN is brought to you by Safeco Insurance. To find your local independent Safeco agent, visit Safeco.com. By Dodge, grab life by the horns. And by Southwest Airlines, nonstop service to over 59 destinations all across the country. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom. Dave Niehaus along with Ron Fairley, where the Mariners have picked up 3, and Corey Patterson leads it off against a Ryan Franklin changeup that misses outside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes the count.
I think one of the big keys for Ryan tonight is being able to keep the ball down. If he keeps the ball down around the knees, down that area, you're going to get a lot of ground balls.
Nice, easy play for Boone.
All right, let's take a look at the Southwest Airlines starting lineup for the Chicago Cubs. It'll be Patterson, who just grounded out, followed by Walker and then Garcia Parra, Ramirez, Burnitz, Lee, Hollinsworth, Barrett, and then Glendon Rush, the pitcher. And Ryan Franklin out there on the mound. Here are the numbers for Ryan last year, 14 and 4 and 16 with an ERA just under 5. I think he needs to have a good outing here this evening.
Base hit by Todd Walker into the gap. And he'll hold with that long single. And bring up Nomar. Nomar, of course, traded last year. Still had problems, physical problems. Appeared in only 43 games for the Cubs, but hit .297 with 4 home runs and 20 runs driven across. And the right Achilles problem. And Cubs are hoping that he'll stay healthy this year. 31 years of age.
You know, for so many years, you see guys wearing a certain uniform, and then all of a sudden they're traded or they go to another club. They just don't look the same. Same mannerisms up there at the plate. All the gestures and the gloves back and forth, the tapping of the toes and all that other stuff. But there he goes. There he goes through all the adjustments and everything. But for some reason, I just have an idea in my mind anyway that he should be wearing that Red Sox uniform.
Inside. You know, it had to hurt him to watch the way the Red Sox, and be very proud of them in the same breath, but I mean, it had to hurt not to be on that Red Sox
Not
team.
to be part of it. Absolutely.
Be part of that magic that they pulled off last year.
Especially when they were looking for a shortstop late in the season.
Came up with Cabrera, of course, who's now cast his lot with the Angels. Right down the middle. Couldn't pull a trigger, and he knew it. So 2 down, and here comes Aramis Ramirez, a young man who had a fabulous year with Chicago last year and one of the premier third basemen in the National League. Ramirez with 36 home runs and 103 RBIs while hitting .318. And he makes all the plays at third base.
Big numbers for an infielder. 36 home runs, 103 runs batted in. He's also a pretty good fielding third baseman. So this guy, the Cubs are very happy with this guy here. He can do just about everything. And a right-hand hitter, they're in Wrigley Field. Wind blows out it quite a bit. You gotta like it.
Only 26. Same age that Beltre will be come April. And a breeze unfurling Old Glory out here tonight also. Been a partly cloudy day in Arizona today. Franklin's slider, a beauty. High-octane stuff that misses inside, and he's fallen behind. 2-1 on Ramirez.
You know, as we were saying about Ryan, he has to keep the ball down. When he keeps the ball down, his ball does have a tendency to sink, and he gets a lot of ground ball outs. When Ryan gets up in the strike zone is when he has these problems.
Base hit. So Ramirez a line drive to left for a base hit. And that'll bring up one of the free agents signed by the Cubs.
Take a look where that last pitch was. Was that down in the strike zone? No, that was about belt high. That's exactly what we're talking about. Ryan has to get the ball down around the knees. And when he does, he gets a lot of ground balls because his ball has good movement down there.
Jeremy Burnett's taking Sammy Sosa's job out in right field after signing on as a free agent. Was with Colorado last year and had a good year. Strike on the outside corner, and Sosa, his Chicago Cub career over, now begins a new career in a Baltimore Oriole uniform. A lot of turmoil on the Chicago Cub team last year, and they collapsed in the final week. They lost 7 of their last 9 games. And yet, while they were in the race in the Central Division of the National League all year long, they occupied the top spot in that race only 3 days all year long.
Well, the Cardinals got off to a great start, and they finished strong. It was the year of the Cardinals last year in the National League.
Slow breaking ball, low and inside. 1-2 the count on Jeremy Burnett's.
Good play by Olivo behind the plate. There's Dusty Baker, the skipper. Good man. Good man. Good baseball man. Players like to play for Dusty.
Line in. The ball's 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on, and 3-0 Mariners in the first.
I know Dusty has told a lot of the young players several times, young man, I'm going to give you a chance to play. And if you show me that you cannot handle the job, then I have to find somebody else, don't I? But I'll give you a chance.
Blown away, and I'll turn them loose now. 3-2. Chris Spire, the third base coach of the Cubs, making fists, indicating the count is full. Everybody go. He lost it. So the sacks are full of Cubs. The guy that had 98 RBIs last year, Derek Lee, the first baseman. Lee having a fine spring, hitting .341 this spring.
Well, he's got some size to him too, Dave. He's 6'5", weighs 245, and he can juice it. There's any question about that. 32 home runs last year.
Outside. Straight back. Around the horn, there's Walker at third and Ramirez at second. Jeremy Burnett's over at first. Took a little bit off the slider that time. 1-2. Franklin's got to keep the ball in the yard. He's given up 5 home runs already this spring. Lee watches the breaking ball miss.
21 pitches thrown by Ryan here in the first inning.
A little tentative out there tonight, doesn't he? Stepping off just at the moment. Last one. Now Reed accepting the sign from Miguel Olivo. Taking a lot of time. And another one.
Well, the more he thought about it, the more he realized maybe I don't want to throw that pitch. So have Olivo go out there and discuss things and make sure you're both on the same page. A little different look in tonight's ball game. Mariners wearing their dark jerseys with the gray pants, and the Chicago Cubs wearing their normal home white uniforms. Good to see 2 different colors out there.
Breaking ball, foul back. A bit of a struggle for both starters. Lyndon Rush gave up the 3 runs, and Franklin, who's struggling to try and not give up any here with the bases loaded and 2 down. 2-2 pitch. High and inside, and another full count, and again everybody gets the run.
Got to be careful. You're the runner down there at third. Todd Walker's not going to come down the line too far because you don't want to risk having Derek Lee pull the ball and picking you off coming down the line.
Foul straight back. Straight fastball that time. That's the counter. In the left hand of Brian Price's. Well, actually, he's twirling it with the right hand now. Counting the pitches, which are getting up there near 30.
Well, he's at, let's see, he's at 24 right now.
High, walked in a run. So it's 3-1. And Todd Hollingsworth, the kid from Newport High School, the hitter. Hollingsworth had a good year going for himself last year. And on the 27th of June, he fouled the ball off his right shin. And he suffered such a bad contusion that he was out the rest of the year. And at the time, was hitting .318 with 8 home runs and 22 RBIs. One-time National League Rookie of the Year while with the Dodgers. And that's pulled back into the stands.
"27 pitches thrown thus far. Got a good pitch to hit. Just fouled it straight back.
Sure did. That was a hanging breaking ball right out over the plate. Franklin and Olivo seem to have a little bit of a problem communicating here. Toward the hole and through on the left side, so that'll pick up Ramirez. Burnett's around third. The throw to the plate is not in time. We got a tie ball game.
Randy Wynn charged the ball well, but he just found the hole there, and by the time he came up with it, Jeremy Burnett, who had a good jump at second base, able to slide past the tag of, well, Levo didn't even try to tag him. He knew he was going to be safe. Cubs might have a little bit more team speed this year, and Dusty Baker may put the game a little bit more in motion.
So the Cubs get the 3 they gave up right back in the bottom of the first. And that's low and outside. One. Derek Lee and Todd Hollingsworth. There's Derek Lee. Hollingsworth over at first. That's Sarge. Gary Matthews, one-time Mariner, coaching there, number 36 at first base. Franklin laboring here in the first. Yeah, everything's getting up. Everything is up. Curveball popped up and may be playable. Sexton will have a play, and the inning is over. But 3 back for the Chicago Cubs, and as we go to the second, got a new ball game, a 3-3 tie.
business travelers, we got you something. Southwest has new leather seats and roomier cabins for more comfortable flights.
I love leather.
You are now free to move about the country.
On an all-new Beyond the Glory, Mike Krzyzewski had a mission to resurrect Duke basketball.
It's difficult because we were one of the two worst teams.
And ended up creating a collegiate dynasty. Mike Krzyzewski Beyond the Glory, Sunday on FSN.
これは Fox Sports Net です。
FSN brings you more of the Sonics than ever before with Sonics All Access. Host Brian Davis gets you behind the scenes with exclusive access you can't get anywhere else to learn more about the coaches, players, and Sonics organization. Thursday at 6:30, only on FSN, the only place to find the Supersonics all season long.
So, Jane, resume looks great. What are you most proud of?
Well, I spent 4 years tracking a gang of international bank robbers until I finally busted them just outside of Tokyo. That was awesome.
Great.
Experience TV so compelling you'll swear you're there. Crack the case with Interpol, the world's largest crime-fighting force. Take down the most wanted villains. Interpol Investigates, Tuesdays on the National Geographic Channel. Check local listings.
Mariners shortstop Ramon Santiago has taken a strike as we are underway here in the second. And Rush misses with the next one, so the count of 1 ball and 1 strike on Ramon Santiago, who's 10 for 27 and has played quite well.
See the 370 batting average, driven in 7 runs.
Couple of triples. Strike 3. So Santiago is gone. Mariners' preseason special is your first insightful look at the new 2005 team. We're going to break down each position, introduce you to the new guys, and show you a peek at the future in Felix Hernandez. This and much more tonight at 9:30 here on FSN. That's a fly ball hit to right field off the bat of Brian Franklin. So 2 down, and Randy Wynn, who led off the ball game with a triple, will be the hitter. Of course, playing under National League rules here in Mesa. Rush keeping the ball down here in the second. And it's going to be a very easy second inning as Garcia Parra throws out Randy Wynn. 1, 2, 3 to the story. When we come back, Rush, Patterson, and Walker, a 3-3 tie.
Joe, you're glad we got the Durango, right?
Of course.
And you liked all the money we saved when we bought it, right?
Got us a bigger boat.
Oh, and how about the Hemi engine and the DVD player and the hands-free cell? Then why won't you use the navigation system?
I'm not lost.
Dodge Durango.
This is starting to look familiar.
It's a lot of great stuff for a great price. Now grab big cash allowances, package discounts, plus a March bonus cash allowance for up to $6,250 on Durango SLT.
Notice that stores rarely put their most popular products on sale?
Well, for the first time ever, Sleep Country's best-selling mattresses are all on sale. Save on Sleep Country's top-selling Simmons, Sealy, Spring Air, and Pacific mattresses. Even our best-selling Beauty Rest and Posturepedic mattresses are on sale. Plus, get 12 months interest-free financing. The best sellers, on sale for a limited time. Guaranteed comfort, best selection, lowest price.
Tonight on the Best Damn Sports Show, period. Michigan State coach Tom Izzo on the Spartans' magical road to the Final Four. Plus the spaceman Bill Lee on the Yanks-Red Sox rivalry. And from a current affair, Tim Green. Tonight at 10:30.
And welcome back as Glendon Rush leads it off. And be careful with this guy. He had a couple of home runs last year. Is it at the plate?
You just can't keep throwing those pitchers fastballs down the middle of the plate. You have to start some of them off bending it. Throw them a curveball. Throw them a changeup. Throw them something other than a fastball.
Santiago has an easy play. So one down. Let's see if we can't find out a Pepsi fan of the game. See if we can't find him or her somewhere. Oh, there's a couple of.
How about this gal right here? This young girl here. You know, it's always good to see the kids at the ballpark come out here and pull for your favorite
Hey,
game.
she's drinking a Pepsi.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That a girl.
Our Pepsi fan of the game here in Mesa. Cub fan, true and blue. Corey Patterson. Taking away. Broken back, one hopper. Santiago plays it well.
Got in position, moved the feet around properly, and then fired it over to first base.
He can play shortstop.
Yes, he can.
Remember a couple years ago, he was Detroit shortstop the whole year. Over to the Mariners and the Carlos Keane deal. Todd Walker had a base hit in the first.
It's good movement for the pitches of Ryan Franklin when he keeps the ball down around the knees.
Fly ball to deep left field, and time to get back there. Randy Wynn to retire the side. So an easy second inning for Franklin. When we come back, Jeremy Reed, Adrian Beltre, Richie Sexton, the Mariners 3, the Chicago Cubs 3 on a lovely night.
This is Matt Hasselbeck, Seattle Seahawks quarterback and Real Quest customer. In the offseason, Hasselbeck likes to avoid hassles, so he relaxes with his new Direct TV service, available from Quest. With Quest, he gets the best digital programming, great savings, one bill, and only one number to call, which is a lot less hassles for Hasselbeck. So if Hasselbeck can,
you can too.
Call 866-4BEST-4U to order Direct TV. Get a 4-room system and standard professional installation free. That's our spirit of service in action.
Tons of Toyota trucks, hundreds of choices. Toyota's nationwide spring sales event with thousands of amazing values. Like a new full-size V8 Toyota Tundra, now with 1.9 financing for 60 months, or cash back up to $2,000. Or take advantage of special lease rates on Tundra. And be sure to check out the all-new Tacoma, Motor Trend's 2005 Truck of the Year. Toyota's nationwide spring sales event. Quality, selection, value. Now that's moving you forward.
Thought it was tedious. I'm sorry, go ahead. You have it. Rock, paper, scissors? All right. All right. All right. Whoa! Water makes the scissors rusty, and then they crumble and they break, and then paper scoops it up. What?
You're watching FSN Northwest.
Mariners center fielder Jeremy Reed had an RBI single, his first at bat. Glendon Rush is at the letters with that breaking ball for a strike call. Jeremy Reed then Adrian Beltre, then Richie Sexton. Change fouled at the plate. Hung in there as he came by way of Laredo against him, but hit it right to the second baseman. Affordable Mariners 16 game plans. They do provide you with the ultimate flexibility. Can't make a game, not a problem. The online ticket exchange allows you to resell your tickets, or you can simply exchange your tickets for another game at Safeco Field. Enjoy the benefit of flexibility for the 16 game plan. For information, visit SeattleMariners.com. Adrian Beltre put a dent in the batter's eye out there in dead center field. An RBI double in the first.
And you look at the Cubs defense, and obviously during last year the Cubs felt that you played Beltre pretty much straight away.
That's way down into the corner, and I believe back into the stands. It is. Hollingsworth climbing the wall.
Did Adrian swing a little hard at this one? Yeah, I think he may have. He went down on one knee, popped that ball up. But look at the defense here. I mean, they're playing basically straight away. I mean, when you say straight away, look at that. If you take it right back up the diamond like that, you have the center fielder playing almost behind the bag in center field. You'll see the center fielder move over into left center field a little bit more, into right center field quite often. But Beltre sprays the ball around and hits the ball into right center field. Has good power the other way.
On the outside corner, right on the black. Strikeout number 4 for Glendon Rush. Richie Sexton struck out looking in the first. Teammates a couple of years ago while both were with Milwaukee, facing each other. Slow curveball. Rush has really found a nice little groove since the first inning. A struggle. And he sank that one well too, didn't he? So he struck out 5. He has retired 7 in a row since a base hit by Ibanez, and we're tied at 3-3.
MLB 2006. Nothing is more true to the game. Rated E for everyone.
Okay, put it in drive and gently release the brake.
Go. Stop. Whoa.
Stop. Nice and easy. Just stop.
Need tires? It's spring sale time at Les Schwab. Dazzling deals on tires, wheels, shocks, batteries, and more.
Okay. Turn it off. I'm driving.
Spring sale time now at Les Schwab.
Sonics fans, win a pair of FSN live seats that will put you right where the action is. Courtside at a Sonics home game. Head to your Puget Sound Taco Del Mar to get the weekly trivia question. Then tune in Thursdays at 10 to FSN Live and find out when to call in and win.
On back-to-back, all-new episodes of Beyond the Glory, the Unforgettables endured all odds to return Kentucky to prominence.
The Unforgettables are legendary.
But a shot for the ages shattered their dream. Then, in a rare interview, the Fab Five discussed the pressures that came with being bigger than the game itself.
We had paparazzi. We didn't have media.
2 all-new college basketball editions of Beyond the Glory, Sunday on FSN.
Bang, bang, just like that on the first pitch. Nomar Garcia Parras hit a ground ball to Mr. Santiago. So 1 pitch and 1 down here in the 3rd inning.
Well, both starting pitchers a little shaky in the 1st inning, but since then they have both settled down. Ryan used only 6 pitches that last inning. And he gets Garcia Parra to swing at the first pitch here in the 3rd inning.
Ramos Ramirez, the hitter. He's keeping it down there now. And he'll be all right if he keeps the ball right where it is.
We're going to show you here in a second the difference when Ryan keeps the ball down. And you can see that the hitters have a different kind of swing at the ball versus the ball that's at belt high. There aren't very many pitchers that can pitch up. The ones that can pitch up between the belt and the letters are generally the guys who can throw the ball up there 95 or more miles an hour. That's a dangerous area in that last pitch. Take a look at the very first inning. Corey Patterson lead things off. Look where this pitch is. That's down around the knees. Gets a nice ground ball out, and then all of a sudden Burnett strikes it out on the 1 down low and away. But then all of a sudden the ball is up. That's about the belt high. That's belt high. Can't pitch there. Too many guys can hit that pitch.
Foul tipped into the glove. Olivo.
Now you can get away with a few pitches now and then, but I mean, if you're going to pitch with any regularity right around the belt, you're going to come out on the short end of it. And I know Ryan is trying to keep the ball down.
Another one down on the outside corner. You see a guy wearing number 3 with an organization that's been in business as long as the Chicago Cubs. It's unusual to me to see that number still be available.
Available, yeah. Well, they've had some guys that have worn some numbers that are pretty much ingrained in my memory. Number 10, guy sitting right next to me, Ron Sato. Billy Williams, who wore number 26, at number 14, Ernie Banks.
Just missing low. So the string is ended at 6 in a row retired. He twice has walked Jeremy Burnett. We've got you completely covered next Monday. A week from today, we have a long day of baseball coverage beginning at 12:30 with the season preview special and ending after the ball game with Before the Bigs with Mike Hargrove and all the good things squished right in between. Hope you'll spend the day with us next Monday. Strike at the letters. Just missing, and that outside. They count to go 2-1. You know something, Red? I don't believe, of course, he hasn't had any runners on since the first inning. But he throws to first base more than any pitcher I can remember. I don't think he's thrown to first base once today.
No, he hasn't. He's not done that.
And he got him with a fastball. So the third strikeout for Ryan Franklin. And here in the third, a man left. When we come back, it'll be Boone, Banez, and Olivo. 3-3.
This moment made possible by a clear, crisp morning. The best coffee in town. A joke about a parrot. 4 locals, 2 truckers. A guy who took the wrong exit. 1 proud owner. And a hometown helpful bank.
There is a game that fills the senses and thrills like no other. A game that touches the heart and tests the brain. A game for old-timers and first-timers. For families and big fans. A game you don't just take in, it takes you in.
Opening day at Emerald Downs is April 15th.
This life doesn't get much better. Looking back on all the times together, can I see you tonight? Memories are so strong. Please don't wait too long. See you tonight. Tonight. Hey, I see you tonight.
Get ready for opening day with FSN's Baseball Report. Go inside the Grapefruit and Cactus Leagues as our expert analysts provide all the on-field information affecting the 2005 season. The FSN Baseball Report, Friday at 6.
3-3 tie going into the 4th inning of play here in Mesa, Arizona. The Mariners and the Cubs. Kids, if you're between the ages of 6 and 14, you can enter now to work behind the scenes doing cool jobs at Safeco Field as part of Boeing Salute to Kids Weekend, April the 8th through the 10th. Stop by any Mariners team store or send a postcard with your name, your address, age, and your phone number to the address right there on your screen. We've got those T-shirts. The T-shirt weekend coming up. So Roberto Novoa is the new pitcher. And on one pitch, he gets Brett Boone.
Tall right-hander, 6'5", weighs 200 pounds. Young man out of the Dominican Republic. Last year, as Dave mentioned, in the Detroit organization. He appeared in 16 games with the Tigers last year, but spent most of the year at the AA level at Erie.
Had a good year there.
Yeah, he
Undefeated.
was. Undefeated, 7-0.
With a 2.96 ERA. Ola Banez, an RBI single in the first. Lionel Glendon rushed 3 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 5 strikeouts. A shaky first, but he retired the final 7 batters to face him. Garcia Parra has the easy play and slingshots a sinker on over to Derek Lee. Time now to look at the Lexus League leaders. Team batting average, Mariners are second to the Texas Rangers in the American League in batting. Don Vela will have credit for that. Cleveland, Kansas City, the White Sox. The top 5 hitting clubs early. What's it mean? Nothing really. Yeah. But it's good to see after struggling putting offensive numbers up last year.
There's Don Baylor. He gets up early in the morning. He's in the batting cages by 7:30 every morning.
Dead center field, and Corey Patterson has to watch this one go back to the 4-10 sign, and Olivo will coast into second base with a double.
Tried to sneak a fastball by Olivo in that 0-1 count. Where was it?
Right down the middle.
Yeah, it was about, pretty much had a lot of the plate and was up a little bit. And Miguel jumped all over it.
Santiago struck out looking, taking the breaking ball low and inside.
Switch hitter. Batting left-handed this time with a right-hander out there in the mound. Here's where he can help his cause a little bit, pick up an RBI. He's driven in 7.
The Mariners 3 more games in Arizona. Tomorrow against Oakland and Phoenix, against Kansas City and Peoria, and then Thursday breaking camp day against San Diego. Peoria. Before the final 2 against the Cubs in Vegas. Oh, big man. From Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. Michael Barrett, the catcher, last year, his first year with the Cubs. Prior to that was a catcher for the Montreal Expos. Pretty good year last year. Very high to Santiago. 2-2. Cubs, when they break camp, will of course go to play the Mariners in Las Vegas and come right back here to Arizona, because they will open against the Diamondbacks at Bank One Ballpark on Monday. Breaking ball and a beauty to Ramon Santiago. So no runs. The 2-out double by Miguel Olivo. He's left down at second base, and as we go to the bottom of the 4th, still tied 3-3.
Hey. Whew. Yeah. You look relaxed for somebody in your condition.
It's because I have Aflac.
What do you mean?
Oh, when I'm hurt and miss work, Aflac gives me cash to help pay bills my health insurance doesn't.
You mean like car payments?
Mm-hmm.
Electric bills?
Mm-hmm.
Or the rent?
Yep. Even food. Chinese is here.
Great. I love duck.
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
You're watching FSN Northwest.
It's time to crank up the volume on the new season as FSN rocks Seattle with the most complete opening day coverage. It all starts with a look ahead on the Mariners preseason special, followed by FSN Live. Then onto the big game against the Twins. All the excitement and action of opening day. Miss the festivities? Don't worry. Catch it on the flip side with a game re-air later that night. Mariners opening day coverage starts April 4th at 12:30 on FSN.
They lurk in the water, waiting for a fight. It's FLW Outdoors, the ultimate challenge in competitive fishing.
He's got a monster.
The season continues with 200 of the world's top anglers locked in battle.
Look at the bend in that rod.
Get caught in the action, emotion, and adrenaline. FLW Outdoors, Sundays on FSN.
All 6 runs scored in the first inning, 3 by the Mariners, 3 by the Chicago Cubs. A reminder, this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. With Ron Fairley, I'm Dave Niehaus, and a lovely night down here in Mesa, Arizona, the spring home of the Chicago Cubs. And Todd Hollingsworth will be the hitter. Had a base hit in the first inning. And he's got another one. A broken bat line drive into center field. So he's 2 for 2. And Michael Barrett, the catcher, will be the hitter.
Always like coming down to this ballpark, Dave. This is always one of the nicest places that we come to. See the number of pitches thrown by Ryan, 57 so far. But they have the ho-ho cams down here. All the businessmen and women that are all the business leaders in the community. Man, they take tickets. I mean, they're ushers. They do everything for you down here. And they're just a bunch of neat people. And I've always looked forward to coming here.
Well, in January, when spring training tickets go on sale, people camp out here waiting for them.
Yeah, they
to
do.
Open a ticket
Well,
office.
there they are.
Yeah, they are.
There's a holo cam, one of the members of that. But I think it's neat.
Olivo had to double clutch, and he cannot get Hollingsworth despite a great throw. Didn't have a good grip on the ball.
Yeah, that's the only reason he didn't throw him out. Watch the double clutch here. Pitches swung on and missed, and then he tried to throw. Didn't have a good grip. Had to re-grip, and that's all that that Hollingsworth needed to be safe down there at second base.
1-2 on Michael Barrett. Got the job done. Hit it to the right side. Hollingsworth on down to third base. Roberto Novoa, the pitcher, will be the hitter. And the infield will come up now because I try to butt him in here.
See where the infield is drawn in. You can see him all the way around the edge of the grass, around the infield. Well, I don't know that they're going to bunt. After looking at that swing, let's go ahead and let him swing and then take their chances with Corey Patterson driving in a run. Look at that.
Oh, baby.
I think the hip pockets have a tendency to go a little bit toward the Mariners' dugout.
That cheer was for him making contact.
Take a look at which direction this thing goes. It's going to go right toward the Mariners' dugout.
Look at that.
Look at that. Bounces over the infield. How about that?
Right over Boone, and it's a 4-3 Cub lead.
Even the Cubs in the dugout are giving him the old raspberry here right now. Big smile on Novoa's face. But look at this swing right here. Just try to hit it. That's one of the disadvantages when you have the infield. Actually, Ryan made a good pitch. One of the disadvantages when you have the infield drawn in, it doesn't take much to get it past the infield. You can bounce it over their head.
Much of a break to that ball. So base hit, stolen base. Ground ball to the right side. And a weird hit. The Cubs have the lead. No problem for Jeremy Reed. 2 down. Walker had a base hit and scored a run in the first inning and also hit a fly ball to left. Walker's a good hitter.
Always has been.
His defense probably won't win any gold gloves, but he's adequate at second base.
Came up in the Twins organization, and they knew he could swing the bat, but they just didn't really have a position for him to play. Dave, I know that Fenway is your favorite ballpark to go to for a lot of good reasons. But over the National League, I'd probably have to say that maybe Wrigley Field would be a ballpark that
same charm.
Yeah, it has the same charm and all. They put the ivy out there around the outfield. Did that starting back in 1938.
2 hopper and boom, your throw out. Todd Walker. So here in the fourth, an unusual way to manufacture a run, but it's manufactured nonetheless. And the Cubs have a 4-3 lead.
Hey, little fella. Uh-oh.
What's in the bag, sir?
I was in Europe and found this great sandwich. A juicy chicken breast with real provolone and diced tomatoes, marinated in basil, garlic, and olive oil on lightly toasted ciabatta bread. It's called the bruschetta chicken ciabatta sandwich.
Sir, you can't bring food into this country.
Split it?
I'll get a napkin.
When you get your tax refund check, I have a checklist to help you. First, you grab your refund check.
Check.
Then you go to Money Tree.
Check.
Then you cash your refund check.
Check. Buy a big present for Babs.
Check. What?
Check, check, check.
Come into Money Tree and get a payday loan in just minutes. Plus, Money Tree cashes all types of checks. And money orders are always free with every payday loan or check cashing transaction.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
It's Dodge Truck Month, and you're in for a wild ride. Like in the Ram Bighorn with an available Hemi engine, Durango with a 5-star frontal crash test rating, available Cummins Turbo Diesel, and the all-new Dakota. Now get an additional $1,000 March bonus cash on select Dodge trucks for up to $4,000 cash allowance and up to $5,000 cash allowance on Dodge Durango. Remember, keep your hands and arms inside the vehicle. Truck Month at your Dodge dealer.
Join us for FSN Live tonight at 10. The Blazers try to do what the Sonics couldn't. Stop the Wizards. And spring practice is underway in Pullman. We'll chat with QB Josh Schwager on our campus camp. Join us for all that and more tonight at 10.
Well, after the game, Bill Crooker's going to join us to break down tonight's Mariners action, plus a wrap-up from the Rose Garden, and find out how you can win tickets to a Mariners game in April. It's after the game on FSN Live. Ryan Franklin is hitting for himself here, leading off the 5th inning against Roberto Novoa. And a fly ball into the gap in left center field, and that's going to get down. And it's going to go all the way to the warning track, and Ryan Franklin pays Novoa back for his infield high bouncer over the infield with the infield drawn in with a leadoff double here in the top of the 5th.
How about Ryan? Ryan's going to turn around and say to the hitters, you know what? You guys take too much batting practice. Look at this. All you got to do is lay the bat on the ball, and you can pick yourself up a bunch of base hits. Got a pretty good stroke. Nice level swing.
Well, let's see if the Mariners can do the same thing that Michael Barrett did. Move the runner down to third. Ground ball to the right side. Looked like a splitter. And he does so. To the right side, nicely done. by Randy Wing.
Now it's going to be up to Jeremy Reed to get him in. Good at bat that time by Randy.
While we are playing under National League rules, as you know here, pitchers have certainly contributed offensively. We have received word that in the 2-game series with Chicago with the Cubs in Las Vegas Friday night and Saturday afternoon, the Cubs have agreed to use the designated hitter in both games. Jeremy Reed takes inside. Fly ball, going to drop in the front of the left fielder, and coming in here is Ryan Franklin. The throw to the plate up the line, gets by the catcher Michael Barrett, down to second alertly. As the throw came to the plate goes Jeremy Reed. He's 2 for 3 and now has 17 RBIs on the spring. And we got a new ball game.
Not a real good move by the left fielder here, allowing the go-ahead run to get down scoring position. Could he have thrown Franklin out at the plate? I don't think so. Ryan went back to tag up and is going to score easily. The throw was well offline. They didn't have a chance to get him, but the problem is you allowed the go-ahead run to get down to scoring position. Why don't you just throw the ball to second base? Keep the runner at first base, keep the double play in order.
Adrian Beltre got 121 RBIs last year. A wild swing and a miss. High heat that time. Piece of cheese. Breaking ball blowing outside. Jeremy Reed having a fabulous spring. Gone out and won himself a spot in the opening day lineup in center field at Safeguard. Beltre went fishing for that slider, was well off the plate. Richie Sexton twice was fanned by Glendon Rush. Outside again, ball 2. Got himself a pretty nice fastball count. He gets a fastball. He does, but it's off the, not down the middle, it's off the plate a little inside.
Might let him hit 3-0. They do. You don't have to swing at it, but if it's right down the middle of the plate and it's right in the area that you want it to be, then go ahead, whack it.
Up high. So Richie on his way to first base. 2 on for Brett Boone. When he's tapped back to the pitcher, he's grounded to third. Strike on Booney. Ooh, that got Boone on the elbow, I think. Hope he's all right. Hope it didn't get him on the hand. And they want to make sure, and he's going on down to first base. I'm not exactly sure where it got him. Right on the forearm, looked like. Didn't it?
Either forearm or the wrist. See if we can tell from this angle here. Trying to think what arm it hit. Look. Trying to think what hand it hit. Did it hit the right hand or the left hand?
Appears to be all right. So the Mariners have the bases loaded for Raul Ibanez. Like every time Ibanez comes up, there's ducks on the pond. Yeah. Sacks are full. Reed, Sexton, and Boone. So Roberto Novoa trying to get out of a gooey mess here in the fifth. John Leister throwing out in the pen for the Cubs. A splitter. Looks like this kid's got a good one. Away, ball 3, 3-1. Miggy, Olivo next. Came right back with an off-speed pitch, 3-1. Take some guts. The base is loaded.
And Raul had a good cut at it.
And that's foul out of the ballpark. Maybe not quite out of the ballpark. Yeah, I guess it was. Runners go, and a high chopper. Foul. Breaking ball, foul tipped into and out of the glove of Michael Barrett. Couldn't hold on to it. Jeremy Reed, Richie Sexton.
I think the more swings that Raul has at Novoa, the better chances of him coming up with a base hit.
High walked in the lead run. So the Mariners take the 5-4 lead. Raul Ibanez, an RBI the easy way, his second of the ball game. Bases remain loaded for Miguel Olivo. Olivo hit one over the head of Corey Patterson in dead center field. His last at bat. Behind him that time. So Novoa is struggling. This inning all started off with a double by the pitcher, Ryan Franklin. Olivo's the 8th man to come to the plate. 2-0. And now Olivo's got himself in a nice hitter's count here.
Yes, he does. This might be the last batter that Novoa faces if he does not get Olivo out.
Right down the middle. Fastball lined into right center field for a base hit. So Sexton scores. Boone is around third. He will score. Ibanez goes to third. And the Mariners have a 7-4 lead. So Miguel Olivo picking up a couple of RBIs. And Dusty's got a hook with it.
Yeah, there he goes. He's pointing to the bullpen. Take a look at the swing this time by Olivo. Working with Baylor, and the work's paying off. Base hit, solid base hit into right center field. And picked up a couple of RBIs.
So it's 7-4 Mariners now. John Leister is going to come in and take over for the Chicago Cubs on the mound. And while he trots in and heads to the hill, we have this word for you.
MLB 2006. Nothing is more true to the game. Rated E for everyone.
Hey, how's it going?
All sorts of riders feel really good riding with Geico. Geico. One call could save you money on your motorcycle insurance, too.
Don't forget now to get out to Safeco Field early next Monday for the opening day festivities. Seattle's own Presidents of the United States of America will perform at 1:30. Don't miss a salute to the 10th anniversary of the 1995 Refuse to Lose Mariners, and the ceremonial first pitch will be thrown by Edgar Martinez. Arrive early. Some tickets still remain. Visit SeattleMariners.com. John Lester will pitch to Ramon Santiago with the Mariners scoring 4 here. And Lester is high with his first delivery. Saw action in 32 games for the Cubs last year. After making his Major League debut in June, did a good job with 5-1 with a 3.89 ERA in 32 relief appearances. Towering pop-up should be the final out, charging in Hollandsworth to make the catch to retire the side. But the Mariners get 4 to take the lead, and as we go to the bottom of the 5th, it's the Mariners 7, Chicago Cubs 4.
Hey, how's it going?
I love the way you've decorated in here.
Want to get away? Now you can. Fly Southwest Airlines with our $89 internet specials to select cities in the West. Purchased by April 21st.
You are now free to move about the country.
MLB 2006. Nothing is more true to the game. Rated E for everyone.
You're watching FSN Northwest.
Mariners lead the Cubs by a score of 7-4 here in Mesa. Let's take a look at our Bank of America game recap. The Mariners jumped on starting pitcher Glendon Rush early, top half of the first inning. Jeremy Reed with a line drive single into left center field. That scored Randy Wynn.
And we look at the man in the 3-hole. Look how far this ball goes. It's way on the top of that ball. And of course, there's a ribby there.
With 2 outs, Ibanez with a base hit into right field to score Adrian Beltre. Cubs came back to tie it right away. The Mariners now lead 7-4. Bottom of the 5th inning, Nomar Garciaparra leads it off with a sky-high pop-up right side of the infield, and Brett Boone is there to make the catch. So 1 out for the Cubs here in the 5th, and again Garciaparra going after that first pitch. Hi again, everybody. Rick Riz along with David Henderson on a glorious night here in Mesa under the lights at Hohokam Park. Long-time home for the Cubs. And another sellout crowd, and that is usually the case when these two clubs get together.
Well, every year they lead the Cactus League in attendance. Cub and Mariners 1 and 2.
Here is third baseman Aramis Ramirez, and he takes a strike 0-1. Ryan Franklin has settled down after that shaky first inning.
He was throwing the ball up a little bit and threw 34 pitches in that first, and of course settling in.
On a hop, and it skips on by Adrian Beltre for a base hit. And what a tough play for the third baseman. That ball gets so close to you and then comes up in a hurry. You don't know if it's going to flatten out or come up like it did.
Now take a look. It's a breaking ball. Beltre, of course, it's in between, and it's hit like a bullet, and your hands are quicker than your body, so you try to stab at it and hope it goes into your glove.
Base hit for Ramirez. Folks are going to love watching Beltre play day in and day out. Here is right fielder Jeremy Burnitz, who has walked twice and scored a run. Up and away, ball 1. Second meeting of the spring between these two ball clubs, and 2 more coming up in Vegas next Friday and Saturday. Well hit ball deep to right field. Goodbye baseball. Burnitz with a blast to the top of the berm in right field here at Hohokam Park. His 3rd home run of the spring, and it's now the Mariners 7 and the Cubs 6. Man, that ball got out of here in a hurry.
Now we go back to the first couple of at-bats for Burnitz, and he walks. And Ryan Franklin trying to hit the outside corner, walked him 2 times, and now he says, okay, I can't hit the outside corner, I try to go in. And when you've seen 8 or 10 pitches from a pitcher, you have a good idea about the fastball. This one doesn't get to the outside corner. Burnitz lets you know if you throw it down the middle, he can stand there and watch it.
Here's first baseman Derek Lee with a strike 0-1. So number 3 on the spring for Burnitz. After the trade of Sammy Sosa, the Cubs looking for a little bit of pop in the outfield, and Burnitz can do that. Well hit right center field. Reed on the move, can't get there, and this one is off the wall. Lead is second with a double, and the Cubs have the tying run aboard in scoring position. So Ryan Franklin has been hit hard here in the bottom of the 5th.
Now take a look at this pitch, and look where the catcher's glove in. It never gets to the glove. It's up about belt high. And when you throw the ball belt high, it's not going to be hit at an infielder. And hitters love that pitch out over the plate where you can extend your arms and right about belt high.
Here's left fielder Todd Hollinsworth. Down and away, ball 1. Hollinsworth Drove in a couple of runs with a single in the first, and he had a single and scored a run in the fourth. A man out of Newport High in Bellevue. Line drive caught at third by Beltre, and he checks Lee at second base. Adrian Beltre quickly to his right to make the catch. 2 outs for the Cubs here in the fifth.
Well, it's apparent that Ryan Franklin does not have a good sinker. The last 4 balls hit in the air on the button, and when you don't have a sinker, you have to go to something else. He might go to the split finger or the off-speed pitch to get the ball down on the knees.
And Ryan can't get away with anything. Middle in, most pitchers can't. Here's catcher Michael Barrett, and he takes a strike. 0-1. Barrett is 0 for 2. Mariners 7 and the Cubs 6. Swinging a foul tip into Miguel's glove. 0-2 on Barrett. Nobody on deck for the Cubs. Pitcher spot is due up next. 80 pitches already for Ryan Franklin. Soft line drive, and it's going to be caught by the second baseman Brett Boone out there in shallow right field to end the inning. Cubs get a couple on the home run by Burnitz, and we go to the top of the 6th. Mariners lead the Cubs 7-6.
Northwest fans come first.
I'm embarrassed for you. I really am. I memean, 3 times in a row. You'd think it was a statistical impossibility or something. If Radmanovich were here, he'd just... Whoa, 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 where are you putting that thing? Guess that basketball camp really worked out for you, huh? Well, you've mastered that shot.
The stakes are high on the Poker Superstars 2. Now the weekly tournament heats up as the world's best players go all in. For their piece of a purse worth over $1.2 million. The game's biggest stars at one table at one time. And the only place you can see it is FSN. The Poker Superstars 2 tournament continues Sunday.
Seattle Mariners baseball and FSN is brought to you by Emerald Downs Live Racing. Begins Friday, April the 15th. We'll see you at the track. And by your Western Washington Toyota dealers. Get the feeling. Top half of the 6th inning here in Mesa, with the Mariners leading the Chicago Cubs by a score of 7-6. John Lester on the mound. He got the final out for Roberto Nocoa in the 5th inning. Well, the Mariners scored 4 times. And Ryan Franklin will lead off the top half of the 6th inning. So Franklin hangs in there and gets his 3rd at bat. That's a good sign.
Yeah, wants to go. He's already at 80 pitches. Wants to go more. Talked him into saying, "Okay, let me hit. Hey, I've got a double already. Let me go. Let me go another inning."
Franklin hit a drive into the gap in left center field, leading off the 5th inning. Up high, ball 1. So Ryan is 1 for 2. First time up, he flew out to Burnitz in right field. So Franklin is 1 for 2 on the night. And a strike, 1-1. John Lester in relief. One and 2. Right now, the concerns for the Chicago Cubs, Kerry Wood and Mark Pryor, they're two aces. Wood's shoulder, Pryor's elbow. Andrew and I had a chance to go in the clubhouse and talk with Mark Pryor prior to the ball game. Ground ball right at the new shortstop. That's not Garcia Parra. His throw to first base is in time. One away.
That's Nefi Perez at shortstop. I can tell that throw anywhere.
Nefi Perez takes over. So 1 out for the Mariners here in the top half of the 6th inning. Pryor threw a simulated game, went 4 innings today for the Cubs. Carlos Zambrano will start the opener in Arizona against the Diamondbacks, and Kerry Wood will get the home opener at Wrigley. Here's Randy Wynn. Randy's 1 for 3 with a triple. Kerry's fans here in Mesa. Outside, ball 1. And it's kind of strange to take a look at this ball club and not have Sammy Sosa out there. And there's Mark Pryor's T-shirt here at Hoboken Park tonight. They need those two guys. Swing and a miss by Randy. 1-1.
Yeah, everything starts with the pitching. As we say with the Mariners, it starts with the starting pitchers. And of course, with the Cubs, you have dominant pitchers in Woods and Pryor. So you got to have those two guys at the top of your rotation.
Nice 1-2 punch. Randy Wynn punches one foul. 1-2. Jeremy Reed is due up next. And strike 3 called on the inside corner. Randy's caught looking. 2 outs for the Mariners here in the top half of the 6th. Opening day 1 week away at Safeco Field. Join us at 12:30 with our season preview special. Then at 1 o'clock, FSN Live with the opening ceremonies. Capture all the fun and flavor of opening day. Followed by the game between the Mariners and the Minnesota Twins to kick things off. Then FSN Live after the ball game. And then after FSN Live, before the Bigs, featuring new Mariners skipper Mike Hargrove. Jeremy Reed, 2 for 3, 2 singles, 2 runs batted in, 2 runs scored. Ball 2, 2-0. (7-6) Mariners lead the Cubs, top of the 6th inning. Cubs with a lot of changes in this inning. Now we finally got him. Jason Dubois is out in left field. Calvin Murray is in center. David Kelton is in right field. Perez at short. Jerry Hairston, the new second baseman. He came over from Baltimore in that trade for Sammy Sosa. Angel Echeverria is at first base. And a strike on Reed. 3-1.
I think you're really going to like Jeremy Reed because he goes deep in the counts, and he's a heady player, a brainy player to hit situations.
Up and away for ball 4, so he draws a walk, and the Mariners have a man on with 2 outs. For third baseman Adrian Beltre.
I think the first thing you look at as a young hitter is he really anxious to put the ball in play? In RBI situations and situations where he has to move a runner. He looks very comfortable waiting to get his pitch to do the job, whatever it's called for.
This guy had 121 RBIs last year with the Dodgers. Beltre with a high one hopper to the second baseman Jerry Hairston. Short flip to first in time to get Adrian for out number 3. And we go to the bottom of the 6th in Mesa. Mariners lead the Cubs 7-6.
The Chevy NCAA March Madness event. Score big on specially marked deals. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a 2005 Silverado half-ton. That's 0% APR for 60 months on an 05 Silverado half-ton. Big deals for the big dance. Hurry, ends March 31st. Visit us online or see your Northwest Chevy dealer today.
Ever notice that stores rarely put their most popular products on sale? Well, for the first time ever, Sleep Country's best-selling mattresses are all on sale. Save on Sleep Country's top-selling Simmons, Sealy, Spring Air, and Pacific mattresses. Even our best-selling Beauty Rest and Posturepedic mattresses are on sale. Plus, get 12 months interest-free financing. The best sellers, on sale for a limited time. Guaranteed comfort, best selection, lowest price.
From Little Leaguer to the best-selling author of our time comes an original story by John Grisham. Mickey, now on DVD for the first time.
Unbelievable!
A baseball movie where all the players are under 12, except one.
Mickey Ryan.
Today is a dark day for the Little League. The bad guys are closing in fast.
Can't we just run again?
Mickey has to play for the good old USA.
Tony La Russa calls it super baseball action. Own it today on DVD. Check inside for an exciting sweepstakes offer and win a trip to the World Series.
Hey, y'all. I got the new Buffalo Chicken Pizza from Pizza Hut.
Buffalo chicken on a pizza. Sweet.
Buffalo chicken. That's a buffalo with wings, right, Jess?
I know. Buffaloes don't have wings. Pizza Hut's new Buffalo Chicken Pizza. Boneless, all-white meat chicken marinated in a zesty buffalo sauce. Just $5.99 when you buy a large pizza at menu price.
Come on, flap them again.
Gather around the good stuff.
Introducing new saucy wings. Meaty wings bathed in hot or honey barbecue sauce.
Mariners 7, the Cubbies 6. Bottom of the 6th inning. The pitcher, John Lester, leads it off with ball 1 from Ryan Franklin. Hop-up. Shallow center field. Reed coming up, and Jeremy is there, and Kerplunk makes the catch. 1 away for the Cubs here in the 6th. Well, on Tuesday, April the 5th, the Mariners host the Minnesota Twins at 7:05 for Boeing Salute to Armed Forces Night, a night to honor the brave men and women of the U.S. military stationed all over the world. Reserve seats are $10 for military personnel, and 20,000 fans will receive a commemorative military coin. For more information, call 206-346-4001. For tickets, visit SeattleMariners.com. 1 out for the Cubs, and here's new center fielder Calvin Murray. A lot of changes for the Cubs in the top half of the 6th inning, and all the guys are hitting straight up in the order, batting in the same spot for the guy they replaced. Old foul on the ground on the third base side. 0-2 on Murray. When it looked like Ryan Franklin wouldn't survive the first few innings, here he is pitching into the bottom half of the 6th.
And I think that's a tribute to Ryan Franklin. Over the last couple of years, he's pitched over 200 innings. That means you get to the 6th, 7th inning on a consistent basis.
And the goal of any starter, talk to any starter you want, and their goal is to keep their ball club in the game and a chance to try to win a ball.
I think we focus too much on that win-loss record and ERA. We forget that if a guy's out there 7 innings, he's doing something right.
All the way, and the count is still 1-2 on Murray. Ryan Franklin last year, he's thrown 87 pitches tonight. Last year had the worst run support of anybody in the American League. He's got a chance to get some offense behind him this year with Beltre, the Sexton. Broken bat, ground ball to the right side. Booney charging and backhands the ball to Richie Sexton, not in time. Alvin Murray hustling up that line, called safe by Mike DeMuro, and Booney's kind of shocked.
And first base umpire Rick Reed gives a safe sign, and Brett Boone, of course, did not agree, but there was a hesitation on Brett Boone on the first backhand flip, and that was a confusion.
So Calvin Murray safe at first base. 1 on, 1 away for new second baseman Jerry Hairston. Came over from the Orioles in that trade for Sammy Sosa, and a throw to first by Franklin to get Murray back. Hairston hitting .333, a couple of home runs, 6 runs batted in. Things changed for Sammy Sosa over the last few years in Chicago. Oh, 0-1 on Hairston. A couple of years ago, the broken bat that exposed the cork left the game early, final game of the season last year without permission.
I like to focus on the on-field stuff, a couple of base running gaffes, a missed cutoff man, and things like that, where it really shows up in the win-loss.
Popped up and out of play behind the plate. 0-2 on Hairston. Willie Mateo down to the bullpen for the Mariners. And it seems like at times Sammy abided by his own rules. One on, one away, bottom of the 6th. Inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Hairston. Hairston's father, Jerry Hairston Sr., spent a lot of time in Chicago playing for the White Sox on the south side. And at the time, Hindu was one of the best pinch hitters in baseball. Over to first. Ryan Franklin 1-1 for the spring. This is his 5th start. Fouled away behind home plate. Still 1-2 on Jerry Hairston.
Now, if you're watching this game as a scout would, we always scout players no matter which team they're on for possible trades, and guys that don't make teams, they got to go somewhere. And Ryan Franklin's been throwing the ball up a bit. He's not getting as many ground balls. The ball's not sinking like normal. And when you start talking about trades, because the Mariners have abundance of starting pitchers, and Aaron Seeley and Ryan Franklin going for that 5th spot, somebody's not going to make that stat.
Up and in, and that hits Hairston. So Ryan Franklin hits Jerry Hairston. He's on at first base, and that'll send Murray down to second. Mariners lead by a score of 7-6. Well, Thursday, April the 7th, it's a special live presentation of the Best Sports Show period with former champ Riddick Bowe on his quest to reclaim the heavyweight crown. Watch Thursday, April the 7th on FSN. One out and 2 on for the Cubs. Mariners lead 7-6. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning, and here's Neifi Perez, the shortstop. Whole new ball club in there for the Cubs. Got a defensive change for the Mariners in this inning. That is Scott Spezio. Spezio at third base. In the dirt, knocked down by Miguel Olivo. Throw to third, and it's not in time. That'll be a wild pitch. It was in the dirt. Olivo dropping down to block the pitch, but the ball squirted off to his right. Down to second goes Hairston. Over to third, Calvin Murray. And that changes up the defense for the Mariners. Everybody around the infield now has to come up close. Fouled away. 1-1 on Perez. Franklin trying to get out of a jam here in the 6th inning. Mariners up by 1. A lot of time, and Perez calls time, and he backs out of the box. Fastball up and in. Ball 2. 2-1.
Well, one thing you notice that Ryan Franklin, pitch count way up there, over 90 pitches, still has good velocity, not afraid to come inside. So the stretch out you get in spring training where you get to 80, 90, 100 pitches, Ryan Franklin is getting there.
Way outside, didn't like that pitch as soon as he threw it. All 3-3-1. 97 pitches, Hendu.
Yeah, 97 pitches. You expect the pitcher to struggle that last inning because you're stretching your arm out for opening day.
Fouled away, and the count is full on Perez. 3-2.
And we say struggle for a pitcher once they get past that arm where they're used to pitching and they're stretching it out to 97, 100 pitches. Your balls come up in the strike zone. You pitch up, but you start to lose control a little bit. But next time out, you go to 100 pitches, you go to 110, and your arm gets used to it.
And the 3-2 to Perez. Swung out and belted, fouled on the right field side, and the count's still 3-2. Stretch your arm out, get a little stronger. You can get to that release point. Your arm speed is there. We talk about bat speed for a hitter. Well, the pitcher has the arm speed to get out in front, to get to the release point, the right release point.
And when you get tired, you lose that release point. You're a little short, and the ball ends up high in the zone.
3-2 on Neifi Perez with Murray on at third, Hairston on at second. Mariners lead by 1, 7-6. Bottom of the 6th inning. Infield back. Ground ball is Sexton at first base. Looks at home and goes to the bag for the sure out on Perez. Calvin Murray scores from third base, and the game is tied at 7. Over to third base goes Hairston. So we've got a tie game at 7. And here comes pitching coach Brian Price out of the dugout. Ryan Franklin at 100 pitches. And that's going to be it for Ryan Franklin tonight. We've got a 7-7 tie here in Mesa with the Cubs, and we'll be back after this timeout.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
It's Dodge Truck Month, and you're in for a wild ride. Like in the Ram Bighorn with an available Hemi engine, Durango with a 5-star frontal crash test rating, available Cummins Turbo Diesel, and the all-new Dakota. Now get an additional $1,000 March bonus cash on select Dodge trucks for up to $4,000 cash allowance and up to $5,000 cash allowance on Dodge Durango. Remember, keep your hands and arms inside the vehicle. Truck Month at your Dodge dealer.
Compulsory insurance. Compulsory insurance.
Compulsory. Compulsory insurance.
Compulsory insurance is like you buy a lot of insurance.
Compulsory insurance is the minimum amount of liability insurance you need to drive. Safeco Insurance. That's simple.
Ever notice that stores rarely put their most popular products on sale? Well, for the first time ever, Sleep Country's best-selling mattresses are all on sale. Save on Sleep Country's top-selling Simmons, Sealy, Spring Air, and Pacific mattresses. Even our best-selling Beauty Rest and Posturepedic mattresses are on sale. Plus, get 12 months interest-free financing. The best sellers on sale for a limited time. Guaranteed comfort, best selection, lowest price.
Why buy a mattress anywhere else?
Mariners and Cubs tied at 7. That's going to be it for Ryan Franklin tonight. Runner on at third with 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 6th. The new pitcher, right-hander Julio Mateo. And Macias is the hitter for the Cubs. On at third base, Jerry Hairston. Infield back, 2 outs. Out of play. 0-1 on Macias, his first at bat in the ball game.
We always talk about how many innings should a starting pitcher end up in spring training, a relieving pitcher. It's Mateo has 8 or 9 innings pitched already, so he'll end up with 12 to 15. But the starting pitchers have to get to 18 to 20 innings in spring training to get their arms stretched out.
See, shows bunt, takes it high for ball 1-1-1. Ryan Franklin going 5 2/3 innings tonight. He threw 100 pitches. Here are the numbers for Mateo last year.
Look at the 57 2/3 innings and 16 walks. So he threw the ball over the plate. And you don't expect your short relievers to go very long early in the season.
Good fastball for a strike. 1-2 on Jose Macias. Mariners 7 runs, 8 hits. Cubs 7 runs on 9, including a home run by Jeremy Burnitz. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That'll end the inning. The Cubs leave the go-ahead run stranded at third. And we head to the top half of the 7th here in Mesa. Mariners and the Cubs tied at 7.
There was once a little boy named Bucky who played Hermiston Babe Ruth. Now, Hermiston Babe Ruth has a business checking account at Banner Bank, and one of its big supporters is Banner customer Dave Ego, who owns Cottage Flowers. And that's where Debbie Watson purchased an arrangement to congratulate her former neighbor, that little boy named Bucky Jacobson, on his first Major League homer. It just goes to prove that we're all in some way connected to the same bank.
You're watching FSN Northwest.
FSN brings you more of the Sonics than ever before with Sonics All Access. Host Brian Davis gets you behind the scenes with exclusive access you can't get anywhere else to learn more about the coaches, players, and Sonics organization. Thursday at 6:30, only on FSN, the only place to find the Supersonics all season long.
Step into unique. Unique Whips. Get inside the East Coast premier custom car shop.
This car is for show-off purposes only.
That's crazy.
It's not your everyday shop.
This place is insane to work for. It's crazy.
Busta Rhymes, Carmelo Anthony. I style my car from front to back. Wyclef.
You should hire somebody else to do the dance for you.
I'm a pain in the ass.
A car is just a car until it's unique. Unique Whips. Exclusively on Speed Channel.
Seattle Mariners baseball on FSN is brought to you by Dodge. Grab life by the horns. And by Money Tree, your cash solution. Rick Reyes along with Hendu in the house. David Henderson. Nice night out for baseball here in Mesa, the home of the Cubs. All tied 7-7. First baseman Richie Sexton leads it off with ball 1 from John Lester. Richie Sexton, a couple of home runs this season of the spring. Last year missed a lot of time with a torn shoulder, trying to check his swing when he was with the Diamondbacks. Appeared in only 23 games, so he was happy to get back.
Took him a little while to get started in spring training. When you take a year off of baseball, things start to speed up for you. The game speeds up, and you have to get back into that baseball swing.
Ground ball up the middle. Perez in for the bag at second. Off balance throw low, and Echeverria cannot dig it out of the dirt. So Richie Sexton is safe at first base to lead off the 7th inning. Time now for Banner Bank building to the future. Here's a look at the Mariners minor league managers. Dan Roan has done a great job down at AAA Tacoma. So has Dave Brundage at AA San Antonio. He was the minor league manager of the year a couple of years ago. Scott Steinman will be at Class A Wisconsin. Darren Brown at Inland Empire in Bakersfield. Pedro Grifol and Everett, and Dana Williams will be the manager at Rookie Peoria.
And that works just like players, Rick. You move up the system and you try to get a major league job once you get to AAA.
Brad Boone, the hitter, takes a strike. 0-1. The Rainiers last year finished a few games out of first place. You got to give Dan Roan a lot of credit because the Mariners took all his players last season. 15 guys made their major league debuts. to the major leagues last year.
Yeah, you're vulnerable to the major league team when you're at AAA. You have a great team to start the year out, and then all of a sudden they take your best players to the big leagues, and they expect you to develop and still win.
There's Greg Dobbs at first base, pinch running for Richie Sexton. So Dobbs at first, who's having a very good spring. At the end of the year, Dan told me that he had about 7 or 8 guys from the independent leagues for this ball club. He finished only a few games out behind Portland. Swing and a miss by Brett Boone. 2 balls and 2 strikes in Boone. Who was one of the better minor league managers that you had into coming through the
Renee Latchman.
Okay.
He was one of my guys, and of course I came up with him when he got to the big leagues.
Up and away, ball 3, full count 3-2.
I think the main job of a minor league manager is to teach you baseball, the knowledge part of the game.
Play the game right.
Most players have talent, and they try to refine that talent, but they teach you how to think the game of baseball.
There goes Dobbs. Swinging a fly ball into left field by Boone. Dubois is right there to make the catch. 1 away, and Dobbs turns around and heads on back to first base. 1 on, 1 away. 7-7 tie here in the top half of the 7th inning. You've got to give these guys down in the minor leagues a lot of credit. They work hard with these kids, trying to teach them the game the right way, play the fundamentals, get the fundamentals down. Here's Raul Ibanez. And it's not easy. Day after day, the travel in the minor leagues can be tough. There's long bus rides. That's what it's all about. Maturation process, you can handle that on your way up.
And you have to remember, not every guy in AA, AAA goes to the big leagues. You have to tell players to go home, too. So
that's real tough.
Yeah, that's a tough part.
Ibanez with 2 runs batted in tonight. An RBI single in the first inning and a bases loaded walk in the 5th. 2 more RBIs. He now has 24 for the spring. Dobbs at first, 1 out. 1-2 on Raul.
Well, you start to get into a dilemma if you're Hargrove. You start saying, okay, Ibanez, Jeremy Reed, Ichiro, they all have enough at bats. Their strokes are ready, so I got to protect them a little bit. But I don't want them to lose their strokes, so I got to play them. You don't want anybody to get hurt this last week before opening day, but you don't want to tire them out and play them too much. So it's kind of a tough situation.
Yeah. The managers have to walk there.
Because baseball is a rhythm game. You play it every day. And you don't want the Ibanez to sit down a couple of days and lose his stroke.
Ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
So what do you do if you're a manager? You play him about half the game and, and you give him a day off. You try to find a spot to give him a day off before the opening day. Keep him healthy.
Mike Ichiro yesterday had a busy day. He had 2 more hits to extend his hitting streak to 16 games. In the win in Peoria against the White Sox, he gets tonight off. Gets a chance to rest up.
A busy day for Ichiro is 2 hits? Nah.
No, but he played the whole game.
4 or 5 hits for Ichiro is a busy day.
I'm not talking about the number of hits. I'm talking about the number of innings that he played. Popped up, shallow left, coming in. Jason Dubois, and he's there to make the catch. 2 outs. So the manager, and especially the pitching coach, I mean, they've got the charts. They know exactly how many innings a guy has worked. Last time he worked, how many pitches. To make sure that they're ready.
Well, that's why spring training is 6 weeks. The pitchers need the time to rest in between times they pitch to build up their arms. Of course, hitters could be ready to go in a couple of weeks, but the pitchers need that time to get their arms ready.
Miguel Olivo takes a breaking ball away, and off the glove of Blanco, the catcher, and down to second base goes Dobbs on what should be a pass ball. Go ahead run is on at second with 2 outs. 1-0 the count on Miguel Olivo, who drove in 2 runs with a 2-out single in the 5th. He tripled in the 4th. Excuse me, doubled. 1-1.
And a different sort of at-bat for Lee, where you got 2 outs, base open. You're going to get pitched like a middle-of-the-order guy, not a guy in the 7th or 8th hole. You're going to get breaking balls. They're going to set you up. So it's a different type of at-bat.
There's a breaking ball. Check swing. Did he go? He didn't. Ball 2. 2-1.
I think that's the part of the game where you really have to learn what's going on. You're batting in front of the pitcher coming up. You're going to get more breaking balls, and they don't care if they walk you with a base open. Same thing here with Olivo.
That happened to Santiago in the 4th inning with 2 outs. There's another breaking ball, but it misses ball 3. 3-1. There were a lot of breaking balls to Santiago. Struck him out with a breaking ball with a pitcher due up next.
That's why you got to be able to think on your feet in a baseball game. Situation.
Ground ball out to the shortstop, Perez. Throw to first will be in time to get Miguel Olivo for out number 3. We go to the bottom of inning number 7 here in Mesa. It's the Mariners 7 and the Cubs 7.
MLB 2006. Nothing is more true to the game. Rated E for everyone. Hey, how's it going?
Let's go! This is all stuff.
And it just hauls. Nobody else had stow-and-go seating and storage.
TA Power is 0% financing. You gotta love those numbers.
Smooth ride.
Tons of room.
Bonus cash.
Hurry in now and join over 1 million proud new owners during the Dodge Spring Sales event to get the most award-winning lineup in our history. Get 0% financing, package discounts, plus March bonus cash allowance for up to $9,700 on Ram.
Yeah, I got a Hemi. And the deal, sweet.
1, 2,
3. Reach for dairy and reach your goal of a trimmer waist. Clinical studies indicate 3 servings of cheese, milk, or yogurt each day can give better results in trimming waistlines than cutting calories alone. Because dairy's natural mix of nutrients helps the body lose more inches around the waist.
1, 2, 3.
It's in your reach. See other women's success and learn more at 3aday.org.
And the Mariners' 7th inning stretch is brought to you by Dairy Farmers of Washington. Just reach for milk, cheese, and yogurt with the 3-a-day symbol for healthy moms and healthy kids. Rick Riz, David Henderson, bottom of the 7th inning here in Mesa. Mariners and the Cubs are tied at 7. David Kelton leads it off for the Cubs. Some changes defensively for the Mariners as Mateo delivers a swing and a miss by Kelton. 0-1. New second baseman Asdrubal Cabrera up from the minor league camp to help out tonight. Good breaking ball. 1-2. Greg Dobbs over at first base for Richie Sexson.
I think that's what you'd like to see out of Mateo, a good hard breaking ball, not the slurve kind of big breaking ball, something short and snappy.
Get away from the middle of the bat. Up and in, almost hit him. Ball 1-1 ball and 2 strikes. 7-7 tie. David Kelton batting .350, a home run, 6 runs batted in. And a lot of minor league kids available in this ball game. Two and 2. One of the concerns, I think, for the ball club, GM Bill Bavasi, manager Mike Hargrove, is getting that bullpen to come together. Eddie Guardado has yet to pitch in a ball game. There's a look at the new skipper. Eddie was supposed to pitch in the game yesterday against the White Sox, but couldn't because that hamstring was still a little bit tight. He might get in the game tomorrow or the next day. Ground ball to Hopper to Santiago at short. And one out for the Cubs here in the 7th inning. Well, Wednesday, April the 6th is the first U.S. Bank Mariners matinee of the season. The game starts at 3:35 and the first 20,000 fans receive a Verizon Wireless Mariners calendar. Come spend the afternoon with your friends at Safeco Field. For more information and tickets, visit any Mariners team store or SeattleMariners.com. One out, 7-7 tie, bottom of the 7th inning. Here's Angel Echeverria, the first baseman. Good to see our friend Ron Santo broadcasting the game tonight for the Chicago Cubs. He's been with the Cubbies for a long time and was one of the great third basemen in the National League when he played for the Cubs in the 1960s and 70s. There he is. Seattle native. Started at Franklin High School. We had a chance to visit with Ron on FSN Live prior to the ball game tonight. Ground ball pulled foul along the third base line. Ron was hoping for that call from the Hall of Fame this year, as he was last year. It didn't come, and I think eventually he will get that call. I think he's a Hall of Famer. Ron Santo, best third baseman in Chicago Cub history. Been a great ambassador to the game of baseball when he played, and now as a broadcaster for the Cubs. Lives and dies with the ball club. So a lot of games with the Seattle Rainiers. He was a bat boy for him. Fly ball into right field. And 2 outs for the Cubs here in the 7th inning. Raleigh Banez makes the catch. Brings up the left fielder, Jason Dubois. Batting .310, 4 home runs, 8 runs batted in. Mateo on in relief of Ryan Franklin, the starter. Ryan Franklin went 5 2/3. Good breaking ball on the inside corner. 0-1.
Nice looking hat.
Yeah, that's a beauty.
Original.
Sellout crowd here at Ohickam Park in Mason. Last year the Cubs set a Cactus League record in attendance with over 189,000 fans. They've got a chance to break that this year.
Well, they have worse weather in Chicago than we do in Seattle, so everybody runs away from Chicago to get down here to watch games.
The snowbirds come down here, stay down here for a while. This time it was about 52 degrees in Chicago today. Well hit right center, but Ibanez is there, and he makes the catch for out number 3, and that's it for the Cubbies in the 7th as we go to the 8th. 7-7 tie.
Hey. Whew. Yeah. You look relaxed for somebody in your condition.
It's because I have Aflac.
What do you mean?
Oh, when I'm hurt and miss work, Aflac gives me cash to help pay bills. My health insurance does it.
You mean like car payments?
Mm-hmm.
Electric bills?
Mm-hmm.
Or the rent?
Yep.
Huh.
Even food. Chinese is here.
Great. I love duck.
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
We're self-made too. One small business at a time is how we've grown. That's why we're incredibly proud of the fact that more small businesses in America bank with us than any other bank. In fact, 1 in 4 small businesses in California have chosen Bank of America. 1 in 5 in the Northwest, 1 in 5 in the Southwest, and 1 in 5 in the Northeast. More small businesses in more places bank with us than any other bank. Over 2 million. To us, that's thrilling. Do you know what it means to be able to say that to a small business owner who wants to know that we understand their business? I'm Lori Chevy. I'm a banker, and I'm proud to be part of Bank of America. We know every single small business is unique, so we build the teams, customize the solutions, and offer the most sophisticated tools, advice, and service there is. Small business owners put it on the line every day, and every day we're proud to be in their corner.
Bank of America. Higher standards.
The way the world is today, go, go, go! Things just seem so out of control. That's why the things we can control are so important. That's why we're members of our electric co-op. The whole reason the co-op exists is to bring us the electricity we need. So they invest in the best technology you can get, just to keep the power on. And that's what matters.
Shine as one.
Seattle Mariners baseball on FSN is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Nonstop service to over 59 destinations all across the country. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom. And by your Northwest Chevy dealers who invite you to test drive the new Chevy cars and trucks. Mariners and the Cubs tied 7-7 as we go to the top half of the 8th here in Mesa. And a new pitcher will take over for Chicago, right-hander Todd Wellmeyer. Ramon Santiago leads off the inning. Ball one. Santiago getting the start tonight. Pokey Reese came away with a sore shoulder early in yesterday's game in Peoria where the Mariners beat the White Sox 15-9. Pokey's been bothered by injuries the last few years. Mariners would like to see Pokey into the start of the season, stay healthy.
And I think it's a type of injuries in spring training that you don't play, but during the year you would play.
Fly ball into right field. David Kelton is there to make the catch. 1 out for the Mariners here in the 8th. This is Ricky Gutierrez to hit. Gutierrez with the Mets and the Red Sox last season, batting .281, no home runs, 3 runs batted in. So the battle's still going on here at the end of the spring with a week to go before opening day. Line foul past new first base coach Carlos Garcia. At number 5 job in the starting rotation, Aaron Seeley has pitched very well. Ryan Franklin trying to hold on to that A spot in the rotation. If he doesn't for some reason, then there's always a job waiting for him in the bullpen. Some of the guys really haven't stepped up yet in the pen. And we've yet to see Eddie Guardado.
And I think we have to explain to the audience out there that if you're an extra man and you're a veteran player like Gutierrez and guys like that, you're not just playing for the Mariners. You're playing for all the scouts and the other 29 teams. You could end up somewhere.
Ground ball into the hole at short. Perez the backhand off balance, long throw to first, and he got him. Nice play by Cubs shortstop Nafi Perez. Way to his right and 2 outs for the Mariners here in the 8th. Well, let's take a look at the Mariners calendar brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Why buy a mattress anywhere else? Mariners open up the season 1 week from today on Monday, April the 4th against the Minnesota Twins with a 3-game series against Minnesota, 3 against Texas. And it's on the road to Kansas City. The Mariners will have the Royals home opener on the 11th. And it's on to Chicago. First 2 weeks of the 2005 season. Randy Wynn with a line drive, foul down the right field line. Randy led off the game with a triple. Scored on a single by Jeremy Reed. Mariners had 3 runs in the first, 4 runs in the 5th. We've got a 7-7 tie. John Lester, a nice job in relief, and now it's Wellmeyer. 0-2 on Randy.
Take a look at those numbers. 20 ball games, 2-1, 24 in the third innings, 20 walks. That's too many base on ball.
Swing and a miss for strike 3, and it's a 1-2-3 top half of the 8th. After 7.5, Mariners and the Cubs are tied at 7.
Lots of Toyota cars, hundreds of choices. Toyota's nationwide spring sales event with thousands of amazing values. Like Toyota Camry, the Northwest's best-selling car. Now get a new Camry with 1.9 financing for 60 months, or choose $1,200 cash back. Or you can take advantage of special lease rates now available on Camry. Toyota's nationwide spring sales event. Quality, selection, value. Now that's moving you forward.
Where Northwest fans come first.
On back-to-back, all-new episodes of Beyond the Glory, the Unforgettables endured all odds to return Kentucky to prominence.
The Unforgettables are legendary.
But a shot for the ages shattered their dream. Then, in a rare interview, the Fab Five discussed the pressures that came with being bigger than the game itself.
We had paparazzi. We didn't have media.
2 all-new college basketball editions of Beyond the Glory, Sunday on FSN.
The stakes are high on the Poker Superstars 2. Now the weekly tournament heats up as the world's best players go all in. For their piece of a purse worth over $1.2 million. The game's biggest stars at one table at one time. And the only place you can see it is FSN. The Poker Superstars 2 tournament continues Sunday.
Mariners and the Cubs all tied at 7-7 as we head to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Well, when the Mariners take on the Rangers April the 8th through the 10th, all kids in attendance will receive a Mariners player t-shirt. Friday, April the 8th, it's going to be Adrian Beltre t-shirt night. Saturday the 9th, Richie Sexson. And Sunday, April the 10th, it'll be Dan Wilson. Visit SeattleMariners.com for tickets. New pitcher for the Mariners, right-hander Dan Riker takes over in relief.
Get the AAA numbers, 50 ball games, 370 ERA, 7-4, 87 2/3 innings. We talked about walks, 38, 74 strikeouts. You like that 2-to-1 ratio, and good numbers for Riker last year in AAA.
A few other defensive changes for the Mariners here in the bottom half of the 8th. Ricky Gutierrez now at shortstop, replacing Ramon Santiago, and Willie Bloomquist is out in center field for Jeremy Reed. Did a nice job out there in center field this spring. Henry Blanco, the catcher, with a swing and a pop up. First base side, coming down the line is Greg Dobbs. One away. And that'll bring up Dave Hansen. Former Mariner, Dave with the ball club last year, then was traded away to San Diego for minor league pitcher John Huber. Dave batting 176, a home run and 4 runs batted in.
Talked to him a little bit today. Yeah. He says, hey, thou shalt not let the first pitch fastball go by.
And he swings and misses, goes after one, and the count is 0-1.
You wonder why he has a reputation as one of the best pinch hitters coming off the bench. He looks at that fastball, sits on it. Then he can go into his hitting style, putting the ball in play, and he stays inside the ball after he takes a whack at that first pitch fastball.
Inside and away from catcher Miguel Olivo. Ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Hansen took his guitar everywhere he went on the road last year. Pretty good guitarist. And he was getting Raul Ibanez to play the guitar last year. And I told David, I said, I haven't seen Raul with the guitar. And he was shocked. He went, I've got to talk to Raul. I've got to give him a call. Maybe he's playing his guitar at home, but time to get busy. Time to get a lot of work done here at spring training. Up and in on Hansen, ball 3. 3-1. Dan Riker down in relief. Ground ball to third, down on a knee. Spezia with the stop, toss across, and he got him. 2 outs. 1 week from today, opening day, and we'll have all the festivities on FSN out at Safeco Field April the 4th, where the Mariners take on the Twins. 12:30 in the afternoon, the season preview special. 1 o'clock, we'll cover all the opening ceremonies on FSN Live. 2 o'clock, the game between the Mariners and the Twins. Right after the game, FSN Live, the post-game coverage. And then after FSN Live, before the Bigs, with new Mariner manager Mike Hargrove. Line drive, base hit into left field, stumbling out of the blocks. Calvin Murray gets up and heads on down to first base. Had a little trouble getting his footing. 1 on, 2 outs, 7-7 tie. Here's second baseman Jerry Hairston.
Now, it's one of those things where if you're Murray, you've got to show people that there's 2 outs, tie ball game, stolen base time situation. You got to get down to second base. So you probably see a lot of cat and mouse going on here.
Outside, ball 1. Miguel Olivo with a pretty good look at Murray at first base. Got him back with a dive.
Now, we saw how important the stolen base was last year in the World Series. Dave Roberts, that big stolen base for Boston Red Sox, ended up scoring that run. And when everybody knows you got to go, that's the toughest stolen base in the world.
You know, Willie Blomqvist, Hendry, was good at that last year. Willie stole 12 bases last year in 14 attempts, and at a point in the ballgame where everybody knew he had to steal a base.
You have to get in scoring position, and you know both teams know you got to go. So they're slide stepping, they're quick pitching, they're doing everything to keep you from stealing that base. There's not too many secrets in baseball. Murray has speed, he has stolen base threat, and you got to get down to second base. So
the scoreboard tells you how to play. It's a tie game at 7.
Those signs spire there doesn't mean a thing. It means get down to second base.
Fouled away. 1-1 the count on Hairston.
Well, it really puts a feather in your cap if you can steal this base. You have one of the best throwing catchers in baseball, and Olivo behind the plate. So if you're Murray, you can if you steal this base, there's a lot of scouts that says, okay, he can steal a prime time base when the game's on the line.
Hairston should get a fastball. Pitch out. Holding at first base is Murray, so manager Mike Hargrove says go ahead and take a look.
And like I said, there's no secrets. They know he's got to get down to second base, and Hargrove says, okay, let's pitch out and try to get him. But Murray smelled it out. And he's got to be going there.
He's not, and the pitch is high and away. Ball 3-1.
It's one of those things. If you're Dusty Baker in that dugout, you're saying, okay, you're not a home run hitter. You're not a big RBI guy. You have speed. This is what you're supposed to do. Steal bases.
This is how you can help the ball club.
Show me what you can do.
And it's inside for ball 4. So Hairston with a walk. And the Cubs have runners at first and second with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 7-7 tie. The batter is shortstop Nefi Perez.
A missed opportunity for Calvin Murray there to impress all the scouts at the game and impress Dusty Baker on what he can do. So it's not all about how many hits you can get and how many guys you get out. It's situational baseball.
How you play the game. What you can do, those little things to help win a game. Calvin Murray on at second. Hairston on at first base with 2 outs. Perez is 0 for 1, but has a run batted in, and he pops one up right side of the infield. Coming up, the second baseman Cabrera calling for it, and he makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. So 2 left out for the Cubs, and we go to the 9th. Still tied. Mariners 7 and the Cubs 7.
The Chevy NCAA March Madness event. Score big on specially marked deals. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a 2005 Silverado half-ton. That's 0% APR for 60 months on an 05 Silverado half-ton. Big deals for the big dance. Hurry ends March 31st. Visit us online or see your Northwest Chevy dealer today.
Welcome to California.
We run.
We rip.
We fly.
We swing.
We believe. We believe in Nirvana. We rock. And we've got our own motto. So come on. Come on.
Come on. Listen to my wife.
Find yourself in California. Fly Southwest Airlines from Seattle to the San Francisco Bay Area or Sacramento for just $69. Only at Southwest.com.
You are now free to move about the country.
Tonight on the best damn sports show, period. Michigan State coach Tom Izzo on the Spartans' magical road to the Final Four. Plus the spaceman Bill Lee on the Yanks-Red Sox rivalry. And from a current affair, Tim Green. Tonight at 10:30.
Hey everybody, Brad Adam here from the FSN Live studios. Coming up right after the game, Bill Kruger will be in the house to tell you what Ryan Franklin's performance means when it comes to the starting rotation. Plus, get to know the new Mariners on the squad and exclusive live coverage of Mike Hargrove's post-game press conference. Right now, though, we go back to Rick and Dave at Holcomb Park. Guys, Hams already have 3 ties this spring. We don't want to see number 4.
No, we don't, Brad. We've got a tie game tonight, 7-7, as we go to the top half of the 9th inning here at Holcomb Park in Mesa.
And new pitcher, of course, Chad Fox on the hill, and he's a big, important part of this Cubs pitching staff, especially if Kerry Wood, Mark Pryor doesn't start the season on time. He's going to be the guy coming in the bullpen, or he might go into the rotation. But he's a bullpen guy. You see 10 2/3 inning, 8 walks, 17 strikeout, has an overpowering fastball.
So Chad Fox on in relief for the Cubs. Willie Bloomquist leads it off and takes up and in for ball 1. Willie hitting .268, a home run, 9 runs batted in. He's had a good spring. Ball 2, 2-0. I think he's played more out in center field than any other position.
He's probably figured out that center field's the easiest. You get to watch the ball go to the plate.
Broken bat looper, shallow right center field, and that's going to drop a base hit for Willie. Makes a turn at first and heads on back. Hairston up with the ball. That bat shattered in half, and the Mariners have the go-ahead run on at first base.
Well, pitchers really get mad at when they bloop the ball, but look at the elevation of this ball. It's above the belt. So I call that still a bad pitch. If you throw it down, it's a ground ball to the second baseman. If you're above the belt and you jam somebody, they can hit it over the infielder's head. That's what Bloomquist did. So it's still a bad pitch. It's elevated.
And this is Scott Spezio, and he takes low and inside for ball 1. Spezio hitting in Beltre's spot of the order as he took over at third base. Scott, a home run, 7 runs batted in, hitting .218. One and one on Scott. Over to first base to get Willie back to the bag. Spezio, a switch hitter, batting left-handed, Hendu, and he's got a pretty good hole to shoot for on the right side between Hairston and Echeverria playing at the bag to keep Willie close. Ball 2, 2-1.
And I think that's why you haven't seen Willie Bloomquist go for the stolen base. You leave that hole open to give Spezio a chance to get you to third. If he hits a ground ball to right field, Bloomquist gets to third pretty easy.
Fastball that was up, and Scott chased it, so the count goes to 2-2. Mariners 3 runs in the first, 4 runs in the 5th. Fox steps off and then looks Willie back to the bag. Line drive, base hit down the right field side in toward the corner. Willie heading for third. Bobbling the ball out there in right field is Kelton. Willie around third will stop there, and a double by Scott Spezio. So the Mariners have runners on at second and third with nobody out.
Well, that's really bad pitch selection for Chad Fox. We watch this. It's a breaking ball. This is a pitch he's going to pull. He can't hit it the other way. It's an off-speed pitch. Going to hit it. Let it easy to hit it in that hole. He hits it to right field. You know Bloomquist is going to get to third base. And we have a little bobble out there. And, of course, Bloomquist is not going to try to score on this ball with nobody out. You play fundamental baseball. You don't want to make the first out at home plate.
So Willie, the go-ahead run, is on at third base in a 7-7 tie. Spezio at second. Infield up close for the Cubs. And here's Greg Dobbs batting .318, 2 home runs. And 12 runs batted in. Fouls away the pitch 0-1.
Now, we talked about how young hitters react in this situation. Game tied. Runner 90 feet away. Ribby, you don't want to be anxious. Remember, the pitcher's in trouble. Infield in. Fly ball gets him in.
Fastball for strike 2, 0-2.
You want to try to slow the game down a little bit. Don't be anxious. Control that adrenaline. Of course you want to drive in the run, but you don't want to swing at bad pitches.
You would do that with a yawn.
Yep. Settle down a little bit. Most people take deep breaths. I yawn.
Ground ball to third. Toss across, and it's in time to get Greg Dobbs one away. Jose Macias got to that ground ball. Checked the runner right behind him, Willie Bloomquist. So 1 away with 2 on for, this is Cabrera, the new second baseman. Astrobal Cabrera, last season at A-ball, hit .272 with 5 home runs and 41 runs batted in. Pop up outside of first, and this one will find the seats.
I think we see the difference between a veteran hitter and an A-ball hitter. First thing they see moving, they're going to swing with a guy at third. You got to know that as a pitcher too. Young players, they're going to swing first, ask questions later.
Ground ball, a chance to snake through. Everybody up close. That fastball up and in. 1-1. Blomquist on at third. Spezio on at second. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Cabrera from Venezuela. Signed as a non-drafted free agent August of 2002. Down and away, ball 2. 2-2. Numbers we showed you were at Everett last year. Willie Bloomquist, Scott Spezio, the base runners at third and second. 1 out for the Mariners here in the top half of the ninth. And the dirt gets on by the catcher, and here comes Willie Bloomquist on to score on a wild pitch, and the Mariners take the lead 8-7. Fox uncorks a wild pitch. Willie scores on the play, and over the third base goes Scott Spezio.
Now we take a look, trying to put him away. A little extra. You see the fork ball, breaking ball. Don't know what it is because it only went about 55 feet. No chance for the new catcher. We don't know who that is, but tried to block it.
Check swing and a ball in the dirt. He went after it. Throw down to first, and it hits the runner. Cabrera in the back end. Cabrera is safe at first base. Don't know who the new catcher is for the Cubs, but he's been very busy here in the top half of the ninth inning. One of the minor league kids coming up.
And that's a fundamental mistake because as a catcher, you're supposed to go inside, outside. See the check swing here. Cabrera knows he's out. He's going to take off running, jog down the first base. He stays in the baseline. The catcher's job is to step outside to get a throwing lane. You say outside, but he hits him right in the back. That's a fundamental mistake by the catcher.
So an error on the catcher. And this is Raul Ibanez, runners at first and third. 1 out. And a strike on Raul, 0-1. And the Mariners have the lead 8-7 over the Cubs. Ibanez 1 for 3 with 2 more runs batted in. One and one. Spezio at third. And Cabrera at first base with a sore back. One and two.
Yeah, we do have a name, Oscar Bernard, for number 90, the new catcher.
Well hit ball deep to left field. Dubois going back, and this one is off the base of the wall. Spezio scores right behind him. Cabrera racing in, the relay by Perez. Gets on by the catcher Bernard. Raul Ibanez winds up on at third base. 2 more runs are in. 2 more RBIs for Raul. He has 4 tonight. And the Mariners lead the Cubs 10-7.
Well, one of the hardest hitters in camp, Raul Ibanez, showing that he's ready to start the season. Gets a fastball away. You're supposed to hit it away. He does exactly that. We look at the ball elevated. It's over the left fielder's head, and it just kind of sticks on the wall there. It doesn't bounce back, and that allows Cabrera to score from first.
Miguel Olivo with a swing and a miss, 0-1 the count. So Ibanez driving in runs all over the place. Has 4 more RBIs tonight. He had 4 yesterday. So he has 26 runs batted in this spring. Miguel Olivo 2 for 3 with a single and a double. Oh, 2.
That's when you start getting into that should I, should not, if your heart broke. This guy is swinging a hot bat. You want him to carry it for another week, but do you play him every day? Or do you sit him? And you don't want him to lose his stroke, so you talk to the player. Hey, you're hot. What do you want to do?
And a swing and a miss by Miguel for strike 3 and 2 outs. So the Mariners here in the top half of the ninth.
Because your regulars, you want to give them a day off going into the season, but you don't want to stun their rhythm in baseball. Baseball is a rhythm sport where Ibanez is hot, he's swinging well, so you're afraid to sit him down.
And the ball gets on by the catcher Bernard. The throw to the plate, not in time. Ibanez scores. Another wild pitch from Chad Fox. That pitch in the dirt. Bernard cannot block it. And Ibanez scores on the plate. It's now the Mariners 11 and the Cubs 7.
Oh, gets a great jump. You see the center step and doesn't hesitate. This ball is thrown straight to the backstop. Gets a good kick to the catcher Bernard, but the good jump at third base. Ibanez scores easy.
Heads up play by Raul. So 4 runs are in, and the Mariners break up the 7-7 tie. This is the pitcher Dan Reichert batting for himself. Two and 1. Reichert's got the baseball cap underneath the helmet.
That's the way you used to do it in Little League, huh?
Exactly.
Well, he probably doesn't have a hat to fit him.
I had to do it because the helmet was too big.
Yeah, same thing with him probably.
Ground ball to the second baseman. So Reichert puts the ball in play. He's out at first base to end the inning, but the Mariners come away with 4 runs, and we go to the bottom of the ninth. Mariners lead the Cubs 11.
Now this next item is a real crowd pleaser.
It sure is, Richie.
Folks, this is your chance to own the long ball. It works in any game.
And it makes scoring runs a snap.
And another thing, Adrian.
You can slide head first, feet first. Hey, it works either way.
Pokey, the stolen base is in the next hour. This is the long ball.
Oops.
Mariners baseball. What a show.
Different tastes, different personalities, same insurance company. At Geico, we insure all types of riders.
Yeah. Hey, Dad. Mom says you better be home for dinner.
Okay, buddy.
Come on, Tiger, suit up.
Yeah, Dad. Let's get you home before Din Din.
Geico. One call could save you money on your motorcycle insurance, too.
MLB 2006. Nothing is more true to the game. Rated E for everyone.
Hey, I'm late for this award show. Can I get a ride?
Come on, hop in.
I tell you, Carson, the excitement here is tremendous.
Look at that. I didn't know P. Diddy drove a Diet Pepsi truck.
Don't scratch it. All right, this is how I roll.
Hey, yo, P! Check out my new ride.
Get ready for opening day with FSN's Baseball Report. Go inside the Grapefruit and Cactus Leagues as our expert analysts provide all the on-field information affecting the 2005 season. The FSN Baseball Report, Friday at 6.
Bottom half of the ninth here in Mesa. It's now the Mariners 11 and the Cubs 7. Dan Reichert, his second inning of relief. And Jose Macias will lead things off for the Cubs. Mariners with 4 runs in the top half of the ninth inning. Line drive off the glove of Reichert. Rolls out to Gutierrez. And a base hit for Macias. Man, that ball was heading right at Reichert's head. Got the glove up to knock it down. So give Macias a base hit.
Now the fear factor, you're the closest man after you deliver the ball, the pitcher, and it gets back there quick. Look at the reaction time. He gets down and throws that glove up, knocks it down, but the thing he's trying to do is protect himself. He's not really trying to catch that ball, people. He's trying to get out of the way, protect his head so he can throw another pitch.
And he will right here to David Kelton. The breaking ball for a strike. Mariners not concerned with Macias at first base with a 4-run lead. Kelton 0 for 1 is grounded out to short. 0-2.
I think the Mariners like Dan Reichert because of the arm delivery. He's deceptive. That 3/4 kind of sidewinding delivery. You can't have everybody come out of the bullpen throwing the same.
Yeah.
So you want somebody a little awkward to give the right-handed hitters that bail action.
Ground ball to short. Gutierrez takes it to the bag for 1. The throw to first. Double play. 6-3 double play. And the Cubs are down to their final out here in the ninth. Well, NASCAR and Fox returns with Nextel Cup Racing from Bristol. Kurt Busch will take on a full field of the world's best drivers as he tries to defend his title. Catch it Sunday at 9:30 in the morning on Fox. So 2 outs for the Cubs here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Mariners lead 11-7. And here is Angel Echeverria, the first baseman. Ball 1. Mariners will see the Cubs quite a bit here at the end of the spring. April 1st and 2nd, we're going to be in Las Vegas for 2 games with the Cubs. Fly ball to shallow center field. Going out Cabrera. Coming in Willie Bloomquist, and this one is going to drop. A bloop single by Angel Echeverria. 1 on for the Cubs here in the bottom half of the ninth inning. Here's Jason Du Bois. Du Bois 0 for 1 has line out to Ibanez in right field. Mariners looking for their 11th win of the spring, trying to get to that 500 mark right now at 10-13 with 3 ties. Ball 1. The other day the Mariners tied the Royals 15-15. Outside, ball 2, 2-2.
I think I would have pulled a veteran move on you. I would have bailed in the 4th inning.
Oh, my leg.
Yeah.
Oh, my leg. I think I hamstring it.
I've already got 3 hits. I'm out of here.
You guys can bring it in from here.
Yeah.
11-7, Mariners lead, 2 outs, bottom of the 9th inning, a man on. You know. Reichert originally with the Kansas City Royals, pitched for the Royals in 1999 until 2000, also with Blue Jays in 2003. Up and in, ball 4. So Du Bois with a walk. That'll send Echeverria down to second base. 2 on and 2 outs. And this is the catcher, Bernard. Oscar Bernard, last year at Class A ball, hit .250. 2 home runs, 12 runs batted in. So Dusty Baker, the skipper for the Cubs, taking a look at a lot of the youngsters in this ball game. Ball 1.
Well, Rick, we have to realize that the starters and, of course, the guys in the minor leagues weren't here, but all the starters, they had a workout today. They were working on bunt defenses, taking infield and things like that. So it's been a long day for the starters. That's why they're out of the ball game.
Galileo, little trip out to the mound. I have a talk with Reichert. For the Chicago Cubs, it has always been wait till next year. They've had some recent success, but they haven't won a World Series since 1908. 97 years ago. A strike on the outside corner on Bernard. 1-1 the count. I think the Boston Red Sox gave the Cubbies some hope last year. The Cubs watching Boston win the World Series, their first in 86 years.
So you're going to win sooner or later?
Eventually. But anybody can have a bad century. And a breaking ball misses. Ball 2, 2-1. You got the Red Sox close in 1986.
They were close in 46, 86, but close doesn't count.
Nope.
75.
Got to win it.
They've been close a lot of time.
The 2-1 pitch to Oscar Bernard. Ground ball to the second baseman, Cabrera. Throws the first in time, and the ball game is over. The Mariners win it 11-7 over the Chicago Cubs tonight here in Mesa. Mariners with 11 runs on 11 base hits. Dan Reichert will come away with a win as the Mariners came up with 4 runs in the top half of the 9th inning. And they scored early, Hendu, with 3 runs in the top of the first off starter Glennon Rush.
Well, they showed a lot of offense, and that's what the trades this winter wanted the Mariners to do, to jump on pitchers early, and they did that. They scored 3 off of Glennon Rush in the first inning, and you let a pitcher get into a flow when he does pitch with a lead.
And you got to give Ryan Franklin some credit. Yes, he didn't pitch very well, 5 2/3 innings, 7 runs, but he kept the Mariners in this ball game. Let's go down to the field live and hear the comments from the skipper.
The big obvious blow was the one by Ibanez that cleared the bases, but we played good defense again tonight. We got decent pitching. At times it's a little rough, but our guys have been swinging the bats well, and when you do that consistently, as we've been doing, you got a chance to score runs.
Bloomquist started things in the 9th inning, and then Spezio had a good at bat. Dobbs hit the ball hard as the third baseman, and then, of course, Raul.
Well, it's probably the key at bat to that inning, other than Bloomquist getting on base and getting it started, was the at bat that Spezio put on him. You know, he was a good at bat, good swings, a quality at bat, and ended up getting the double down the right field line to put runners on second and third, and we happened to get lucky and scored 4 out of it.
Your thoughts on Ryan Franklin tonight?
Well, I think that again, a little inconsistent. The first inning, I thought that he started out well, and then all of a sudden just lost his release point. Couldn't throw strikes, was up in the strike zone. And that kind of, he'd get it back and then he'd get out of it again. And it was just kind of an in and out, outing for him. I thought Mateo came in, threw the ball well. And Reichert, he did his job. He threw the ball pretty good, too. There in the 9th with 2 out, he started trying to overthrow, or didn't try to overthrow. He was overthrowing, and Miguel made a good trip out to the mound. It was good to see him do that, because you'd rather the catcher go out there than having to send a pitching coach out. He went out there and settled him down and got the last out.
Good luck. Go get him.
All right, Ronnie. Thank you.
All right.
Is that it? All right.
And there's a look at the happy totals in the ball game. The Mariners 11 runs on 11 base hits, no errors. The Cubs tonight 7 runs on 12 hits and 1 error. And for the Mariners tonight, their 11th win of the spring. 11-7, the final score here in Mesa over the Chicago Cubs. Let's go back to our FSN studios and Brad Adam. Brad?
Riz, thank you very much. We're also joined by Bill Kruger. It's interesting that we're talking about pitching after the Cubs score 7 runs, bang out 12 hits. We'll get to Franklin a little bit later. But we heard Mike Hargrove talk about Julio Mateo. A nice outing today. This is a guy who was hurt last year, struggled so far this spring. M's really need him to come up big in the bullpen this year.
Yeah, and as you look at this bullpen right now, Brad, I mean, it's a big deal. Scott Atchison goes down with a strained flexor bundle. That's a pretty fancy talk for a bad elbow. Same thing that Pinheiro had. I had one of those. Exactly. It's kind of required as a pitcher in the big leagues. But anyways, he's going to be out for a while. So Mateo really needs to pick it up. And tonight he was down the zone, had good velocity, really worked very efficiently. And I'm sure that Hargrove and the staff were happy to see him pitch well.
Another guy that Hargrove talked about that we haven't really talked about much this spring is Scott Spezio. A nice at-bat today. He's still trying to work his way into the Mariners' plans. He's got a long way to go, though.
Yeah, he has swung the bat a lot better. He rededicated himself in the offseason, really got himself in great shape, put